This is undoubtedly the best hospitality room.
Yeah, I need to go in there.
855W. Do you have the format?
Yeah.
855W? Yep. Okay.
We used to call her Sarge. Hey, like the Sioux Knoxville, Southfield, you didn't have a pass, you wasn't getting in.
They were questioning people out there.
Oh, hold on.
We're not ready.
The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of the 8th Region Basketball Tournament starts now.
Eighth Region quarterfinal action on tap here tonight as we are live from the Henry County High School, Justin Kalin alongside Gary Forrest as we get set for a couple of really fun ball games here tonight. First, we will have Woodford County taking on Simon Kenton, and then Gallatin County will do battle with North Oldham in the second game. As I mentioned, go ahead and welcome yourself in here to Henry County High School. Gary, nice to be back beside you here for this doubleheader this evening.
Always enjoy being with you, Jason. And quite frankly, you were correct. It is the Roy, named after Roy Bowling. He used to be the superintendent, charge of officials, a little bit of everything in this community.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun evening here as we get set for the first quarterfinal games here of this 8th region. Should be a fun night of basketball, and we'll see how it all plays out as we'll step aside for a break here, come back on the other side, and we will hear from head coach Jaron Brown with the Woodford County Yellow Jackets. Stick with us. More coming right up on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah! 1 second.
I guess their faces are safe.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up.
Shut up, Jeff. I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh.
Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an
Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, making your life easier with quality products and quality service.
Back here at the Roy Henry County High School as we continue to get you set for 8th Region basketball quarterfinal action here tonight. Justin Kalin back here, joined now by Woodford County Yellow Jackets head coach Jerron Brown. Coach, now in your 5th season, it was a tough district championship for you all last week as you all fell 71-68 in a double overtime game. Tell me a little bit about that contest.
It was a tough game. Spencer County's a great team. They hit a lot of threes. They play good overall. Wasn't nothing to take from them. They beat us. We just got to bounce back in the region.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll see how it works out tonight. This is a good team. You all have 4 players averaging in double figures, 24-6 on the season. How do you lose a player like Jasper Johnson and seemingly get better?
I just think it gives everybody else a chance to step up to try to replace him. I mean, of course we miss him, but it gives other players opportunities to come in and play and just try to show what they can do.
And it seems like they have stepped up, no doubt about it. You all have not played this Simon Kenton team this season, but what have you seen from them, either on film or in person?
Watching them on film, they run their offense very good. They do a little half-court trap, and they shoot the ball pretty well too.
Yeah, any expectations for this one here tonight?
I think it'll be a good game. Either team can win.
All right, well, we'll see how it plays out, Coach. Thanks for taking some time with us, and we'll be back on the other side with your keys to the game right here on Glycod.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
What? No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here at the Roy, Henry County High School, the site of tonight's 8th Region quarterfinal action. Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest. And Coach, we've got to bring you some keys to the game. Tonight's keys to the game are presented by Traditional Bank because who you bank with matters. Let's first start with the visiting Woodford County Yellow Jackets. A couple of keys for them here in this one.
Well, they want to use their athleticism to their advantage. So the first thing they're going to do, they're going to try to speed the game up. It will play to their advantage. They like to play fast. They'll grab, they'll reach, they'll press you. Going to get on the boards. They're very athletic. So one of the things Woodford wants to do is emphasize those strengths that they have. And at the same time, winning the boards, speeding the games up, that's going to make it an advantage for them.
Yeah, Woodford County on the season averaging 65.9 points per game, allowing 56.9. Compare that to 57.6 put up for Simon Kenton. So a bit more of a margin for Woodford County in that regard. How about for Simon Kenton? What do the Pioneers need to do in this one to secure a win?
Well, everything that Woodford wants, Simon probably doesn't. So let's start with tempo. They don't really want a fast tempo. They'll break when they have it, but they won't force things. They want to be more of a half-court team, be a little more disciplined, and they want to take away a lot of the reaching and gambling that Woodford will do by back cuts, things of that sort. They have to slow down and at the same time take the advantage of the athleticism that Woodford has and use it against them.
Yeah, and you've got turnovers on there as well, so limit the turnovers or force turnovers, or both.
They want to limit theirs and hopefully by half-court trapping, force more turnovers by Woodford.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We'll see how it plays out as there are your keys to the game. Just a reminder, this broadcast is authorized by Henry County High School and the 8th Region with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching, and we will be back on the other side of this break as Gary got a chance to catch up with Simon Kenton head coach Trent Steiner before this one here this evening. We'll hear that interview when we get back as we continue to get you set for 8th Region quarterfinal action here tonight on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Glycon on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycon.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
The Scary Forest coming to you live from Henry County High School for the opening rounds of the boys' 8th Region Basketball Tournament. Game number 1, Simon Kenton versus the Woodford County. I'm here with Coach Trent Steiner, legendary coach here from the 8th Region. Coach, it's always comfortable seeing you here again.
Well, it's always good to be here. Somebody asked us the other day, how many times you not made the regional tournament? I've been coaching 30 years. Since we've been in the 8th, there's only been 2 times. I didn't like either one of those times, so I'm glad to be here.
Well,
it's always a blessing.
It's a good feeling to have as a coach, and if you can instill that through your kids, it's always a blessing to have a little later on. Coach, you play what some people consider maybe one of the favorites. They're very athletic in this Woodford County bunch.
Yeah, they're very athletic. Their best offense sometimes, though, is getting it on the rim. We want to make sure we limit those offensive rebounds. If we can do that and not turn it over, not give up live ball turnovers where they're just going down and shooting layups, we'll have a pretty good shot.
You know, everybody thought, last year North Oldham was the pick. Woodford comes out. So one thing we've learned about being over here at DeRoy, there's 8 teams that come in, and most of the times 6 or 7 of them think they've got a shot, and that's probably the case this year.
Well, as you well know, probably 6 or 7 don't really have a shot. There's probably 2 or 3 that have a legitimate shot. Us old timers probably understand that a little bit more, and young people will probably be like, what's he mean by that? Realistically, there's 2 or 3 teams that think they can make it. I hope we're one of them.
Well, we mentioned as we came in, we were talking, sometimes it's a good thing if you have to play one of those proverbial favorites, because if and when you get that win, then you've got some days to get ready. I always felt like the middle game was the upset game. It kind of straightened itself out, but it depends on you as a coach and your team and how you can get them to buy in.
Yeah, I think, everybody was like, oh, you got the worst draw you could possibly get. I said, I think it's the best draw. And they're like, well, you're just saying that. I said, no, I'm really not. We get 3 days to prep for Woodford. We get 3 days to prep for the next team. On the other side, and we've played 3 of the 4 teams on the other side. So, and I know that, Spencer's going to play a little bit like South. So, not completely like South, because I don't want, Jason's his own man, but we've played it somewhat of the same, everybody on the other side.
Well, you heard from Trent Steiner, where tonight his Pioneers take on Woodford County, and game number 1 of boys 8th Region Tournament here from Newcastle, Kentucky at the Roy.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Line Direct, not just flies. Line Direct, not just blinds.
The reason I went to traditional bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product is based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here at the Roy Henry County High School as we continue to get you set for 8th Region quarterfinal action tonight. 2 games on tap for you as it's going to be the Woodford County Yellow Jackets 24-6 doing battle with the Simon Kenton Pioneers 16-15 on the season. Simon Kenton won the 32nd district. And Woodford County, as you heard in that interview with Coach Brown, runners-up in their district championship game. And we've got to bring you your starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Thompson Heating and Cooling. Contact Thompson at 502-703-0244 for their 100% satisfaction guarantee. Thompson Heating and Cooling. First, let's start for the Woodford County Yellow Jackets. As I mentioned, 24-6 on the season. They're going to trot out Santonio Wade. He wears number 0, a 5'11 junior. Omari Joyner, a 5'9 freshman, averaging 11.9 points per game. Jonte Jenkins, number 3, a 6'2 junior. He too averages over 11 points a contest. Leighton Starks, the one senior on this team. He's 6'4", averaging 14.7 rebounds a contest. Also shooting 47% from deep. And the final starter, number 12, Nolan Asher, a 5'11 junior. Coach, anything about that lineup stand out to you?
It spells pressure. You know, as we mentioned, they're very athletic, maybe not the best shooting team, but they know as soon as they let it go to the boards. Yeah, and defensively, they'll swarm you like good Yellow Jackets should.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, they've got 4 players in double figures, so that's going to be something to watch out for. Santonio Wade is the leader of this team as he is averaging 17.2 points per game. He did miss a month of games this season, but he's come back and played really well as of late.
I saw him against a very good Oldham County team, and without Wade and another one of their key players, played a tight game. Oldham won, but you take away 2 of their best players, and the game was relatively close.
Yeah, Santonio Wade, by the way, also elected to the All-8th Region team, so shout out to him for that. Now let's turn our attention to the Pioneers of Simon Kenton, 16-15 on the season. They're going to trot out Travis Croman, a 6'2 senior, Braden Polly, a 6'3 junior, Jay Bilton, a 5'11 junior, Miles Brown, a 6'1 senior, and Bodie Stone gives them a little size inside at 6'7". He too is a junior. Anything stick out about that starting lineup? Obviously, this team is led by Travis Croman.
Well, the great thing about it, if you're a Simon fan, they had to do this from the beginning of the year. Croman was out. There was some talk. Maybe he wouldn't be back till after Christmas, maybe not the entire season, but he got back after 6 games. They kind of rightened the ship. While his absence, his team became a better team, I think, because they learned to play without him. And, you know, when you have a good player inserted back into the lineup, there was no animosity or jealousies, and they were a better team.
Yeah, Croman also elected to the All 8th Region team, averaging 17.2 points per game, shooting 42% from 3. So, Coach, this is a Simon Kenton team that can shoot it very well from beyond the arc. Jordan Bach, a junior for them, also has over 53s on the season. So that's got to be something we watch for tonight as well.
I think so very much.
So hopefully that keeps them in the game, and we are hopefully going to get a good one here in Game 1. As I mentioned, Woodford County and Simon Kenton. Second game this evening will be the North Oldham Mustangs as they get set to take on Gallatin County. Should be a fun night here at the Roy. We'll go ahead and step aside for another break here. We'll come back on the other side to give you some series information as well as the opening tip-off. Stick with us. We've got more 8th Region quarterfinal action coming right up on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
Glycod's coverage of the 8th Region basketball tournament starts now. Tonight's game is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Oldham County Health Department, healthy people, strong community. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Oldham County Solid Waste Management, featuring Waste Wizard. And by LaGrange Service Center, Mortensen Family Dental, Thompson Heating and Cooling, and Financial Solutions Incorporated. Now, courtside for all the action from Glycod.
And folks continuing to file in here to the Roy. Henry County High School, the site of tonight's 8th Region quarterfinal action, as we will bring you 2 games this evening. But first up, Woodford County and Simon Kenton, as both teams out on the floor finalizing their pregame warm-ups. There you see Woodford off to your right in their black uniforms, gold lettering, numbering, and trim on those uniforms. Simon Kenton will don their home white uniforms as they are the home team in this one. Blue lettering, numbering, and trim. Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest. And Gary, as we get closer to tip-off here in this one, what are some last-minute expectations from you?
Well, I expect a good game. Both teams have their strengths and weaknesses, you know, and there's an old cliche, you play to your strengths, so whichever team is able to get out early and get the game where they want it to be, obviously is a favorite. If you're Woodford, you want to play fast, and if you're Simon Kenton, you want things a little more pattern-oriented.
Yeah, Yeah, and that's what we talked about in the scoring, is Woodford County putting up nearly 66 points a game. Simon Kenton just a smidge under 58. So definitely a difference in styles here in this one, and we will see how it all shakes out as we are ticking down the clock to our national anthem and official starting lineup announcements. So we will step aside for our final pregame break here. We'll come back on the other side, and we will bring you the opening tip-off. Stick with us. We've got more 8th Region quarterfinal action coming right up on Glycod.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now, and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
Where's Silver Guy?
What? No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here at Henry County High School, Roy Winchester Gymnasium. Justin Kalin back here alongside Gary Forrest as we are just about set for game number 1 of 2 here this evening as we have wrapped up our national anthem. Final starters being announced now for Simon Kenton. And we are set to get underway. Pretty good crowd here on tap. I imagine, Coach, we've been here a lot. It's probably going to fill in as the night goes along.
Well, another thing we got going we haven't mentioned yet, you have 2 of the teams the furthest distance from this arena. To the north, Simon Kenton almost in Cincinnati, and to the east, you got Woodford County right next door to Lexington. So tough night during the school week for a lot of their kids, and if you'll notice, student bodies.
A little light.
Yeah. And as time goes on, this next game, it'll fill up.
As here we go, both teams in the center circle. Once again, Woodford in black. Simon Kenton in those white jerseys as the Pioneers going to win the opening tip. An aggressive take to the bucket in the early going for Jay Bilton. Now quickly the other direction, and there's that speed you talked about, Coach, as Jonte Jenkins gets it up and in.
Transition offense, and now they're bringing it out three-quarter court. A little confused, I think, more on Woodford's behalf than any.
Here come the Pioneers. A quick possession the first time. See how they navigate things here. As that's Croman with the basketball. Slides it to his right for Bilton.
Open post without much size.
A great back cut there to get Croman the ball, but he couldn't catch it cleanly. Now he'll drop it down low for Stone. Stone back out to Croman and leaves that one short, but the offensive rebound and the stick back, multiple opportunities. And the possession will stay alive, and finally the bucket drops through by Miles Brown.
Persistence pays.
2-2 ball game, a minute through this one. Winner will advance to play the winner of our second contest, North Oldham, Gallatin County. As Woodford County being patient here on this possession.
Little matchup 2-3 by the Pioneers.
And now dropping it down low. That was good ball movement by the Yellow Jackets, but swatted away. Taken out of there by Braden Polly, who brings it across the timeline. Now leaves it off for Bilton. Works it to the right, back to Miles Brown.
Open post once again.
Now Croman will fire another three. This time he connects. Now that's a smooth stroke by Croman.
Croman has over 83s made this year.
He's now slashing to the bucket. That shot no good. And Simon Kenton gives it right back. Unforced error, throwing it out of bounds.
One of the things we said Simon had to be careful with turnovers. That's their first. Already 5 boards for Simon Kenton.
Well, that's what happens when you get 4 on the last offensive possession. Is now dropping it down low, and we're going to get a foul called. Looked like a clean block from where we sit.
We had a pretty good angle on it, Jason. I'm like you. I thought he was all ball. Kept his body away from him, but it's not what the inside official saw.
As it's going to be Leighton Starks heading to the free throw line. Guy we probably should have touched on more in our pregame as he knocks down the first free throw, but he's been pretty consistent. 14.7 points a game, 7 rebounds a contest. Oh, and he's shooting 47% from 3, so he's really been tried and true for Woodford County here this season. As he goes 1 of 2 from the stripe.
2-2-1 on the half by Woodford. Trying to speed up the flow of the game.
And Simon Kenton's not having any of it as they calmly work their way through it. Get it into the corner for Croman, who gets all the way inside, and he's going to be bumped for a couple free throws.
Well, Croman split the middle, lost the ball for a little bit. Would have been better off if he had tried to attempt. Instead, he passed it, fouled on the shot. Instead, they got him fouled on the pass, but now I see they're letting him shoot it. Interesting.
Leighton Starks was the guilty party on that foul.
I don't know how you get a 2-shot foul on the pass.
We had one of those last night in the Mail Manual game as well that was very questionable. I thought this one more closely resembled a shot for Croman as he knocks down the first free throw and gets the second as well. And first substitution of the game as number 21, Miles Brown, going to head to the sideline. And on comes Jordan Bach. Highlighted him in the pregame.
2-2-1 on the half by Simon, so lots of different looks by both teams.
Now getting it all the way inside, leaving it off for Leighton Starks and can't finish, but he bullies that ball back, gets another attempt and can't connect on that one either. Quickly up for Croman. Gets the screen from Polly, loses possession. Now he's going to throw it away as Jerron Brown trying to track that one down for Woodford. Got a hand on it.
Well, one of the things that a lot of people that attend this 8th region tournament year in, year out notice the lack of size Simon has this year. Up until this year, they had a 7-footer back in the paint for the last 3 years, who now takes residence at Youngstown State. Very good player as a freshman, getting some minutes.
I love seeing that as Antonio Wade firing the three. And rebounded inside by Simon Kenton's tallest player at 6'7", Bodie Stone. And Croman will remain aggressive here, trying to get into the lane and take some contact. Now, if they give him free throws on this one.
Yeah. Well, Woodford's going to have to learn. Everything goes through Croman. And he's a smart player, makes his teammates better, but he can also score.
Now Simon Kenton back in possession here as they lead by 4. And getting all the way to the bucket. Nice touch there as Jordan Bach lays it up and in.
Once again, open post offense. And right now, Simon Kenton driving and scoring at will.
And we are going to get a 30-second timeout taken here by Woodford County as they trail by 6. Nearly halfway through this first quarter of play. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here through this one as it's been a good start for Simon Kenton. What's led to the early success?
Well, I think balance, spacing, and they haven't gotten in a hurry. And, you know, right now they lead 7-2 on the boards. Kind of surprising.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a thing to watch moving forward, as that's something we highlighted in our pregame tonight as well. It's a bigger Woodford County team, but if you're Simon Kenton and can pull some boards down, give yourself a real shot near the end of this one. As both teams coming back out onto the floor now, it will be Woodford County basketball as Omari Joyner set to toss it in. One thing else we haven't really touched on, Coach, is the youth of this Woodford County team. Leighton Starks, the only senior. They have got a ton of freshmen that get minutes for them.
They lost a lot of kids from the last couple of years' teams. Very, very athletic, but they've just sort of reloaded, if you will.
As that was Leighton Starks turning that basketball over. And now quickly to the hoop, up and in for Jay Bilton. First bucket of the night for him. Four different scores for Simon Kenton.
2-2-1 on the half. Trapping in the corners is kind of gave Woodford problems.
And not that time, however, as Joyner gets it up and in. Makes it an 11-5 ball game now.
2-2-1 on the three-quarter here, so a little bit of change, both teams.
They're just keeping you on your toes, Coach. Yep. As that ball knocked out of play. Intended for Jordan Bach down low, but he couldn't catch it cleanly as it was knocked away. Now Bilton set to trigger the inbound. Was looking for Croman, instead drops it down low for Stone, who gets his first bucket of the evening.
Great job on the baseline out of bounds. Got the third options. Great patience.
Now Simon Kenton extending their pressure a little bit here. As with the basketball trying to get inside, and that's going to be a travel called against Jonte Jenkins. And he'll come out of the game as he's replaced for Thurman Wade, another one of those freshmen, 6'2" for Woodford County.
Turnover number 3 for Woodford County.
As Bilton behind his back across the timeline here. Nearly lost it out of bounds, but able to recover. Now gets it off for Braden Pauley. Pauley looking for Croman. He's got him now. Croman with a brief look back to the bench. Now set to engage the offense in the hands of Bach. Bach to Bilton. Bilton wide open on top that key, but he passes the shot off as Croman going to get called for the travel. Can't do that.
Croman looked at the official like, I didn't aim to.
Unfortunately, in basketball, it's not a good excuse. I didn't mean to, sir.
He wasn't buying.
As now ball back with Woodford County as they trail by 8 here in the early going of this one. Under 3 to play here in this first quarter. Santonio Wade scoreless so far. As they get it into the corner for Thurman Wade. No relation, different spelling even. As now here's Santonio firing the 3. Not sure how that one doesn't drop. As it's rebounded again by Simon Kenton. Here's Croman with it. He'll use the screen. And that shot short. Rebounded by Starks. Now Wade all the way to the bucket, counted and one. That's how you get your first bucket of the night.
Woodford seems to have figured out the 2-2-1 on the half by Simon. Simply, when you advance it, dribble, penetrate, and it's parted like the Red Sea the last couple times down.
Jay Bilton coming out of the game for Simon Kenton, as he is replaced by Tyson Weaver, as Santonio Wade cannot connect on the free throw. As here is Weaver. Slides it over to his left, lost out of bounds, but they're going to say last touched by Woodford County. Into the backcourt now for Weaver. He too's a freshman, 5'11". Gets the screen there, kind of an awkward looking screen.
More of a body check.
Looked like a hockey game there for a minute. As losing that one out of play once more is Simon Kenton, but keeping possession alive. It was Marty Taylor that set up on that last screen for the Pioneers. Took a hard shot. I'm surprised to see him pop off of it so quick. Looking over at the sideline is Jordan Bach before the inbound. Now he gets it in for Polly. On top, that's Taylor dribbling it inside. Back out for Polly. On top now, Weaver slides it over to Krollman. His three, and he connects again. 8 first quarter points now for Travis Krollman. And Simon Kenton up big early. As Woodford County trying to answer on the other end, Krollman clears the rebound.
Nice box out.
Quickly, he's going to push this one up for Weaver, who attacks the bucket. Now Yellow Jackets flying back the other direction, as I believe that was Santonio Wade takes a hard fall to the floor. Back to his feet now as the trap down low. Good job getting out of it. Polly over to Krollman, and again!
You reckon they want to acquaint themselves with Mr. Krollman?
Averaging 17.2 points per game, already 11 here in this first quarter, as we've got 20 seconds left.
Got to recognize the best players, the best shooters.
Woodford County's got to get some points on the board, as Wade will change it and gets that deficit down to 10, as it'll be the final shot of the quarter for Simon Kenton. Weaver loses it out of play, and now they're down to 1.2 seconds left. Big substitution here for Simon Kenton, as Bodie Stone making his way back out there, as is Miles Brown.
Look for Belton on the up screen or the post up.
Belton was the third one that came out there as he gets the basketball and did not get that shot off in time, as that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter of play. It's Simon Kenton 19, Woodford County 9. Great start here in this one for the Pioneers. We'll step aside for a break here, come back, bring you the second quarter of action for your 8th region quarterfinals here from Henry County.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here at the Roy, Henry County High School, site of tonight's 8th Region quarterfinal. Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest as it is the beginning of the second quarter. Gary, great start for Simon Kenton in this one as they've got a 10-point lead coming into the second quarter.
I think Simon might have thrown him off a little bit with this 2-2-1, and once again, there's a hand on the ball, almost got it.
Woodford County has really been given some fits here in that first quarter. See if they can navigate the rough waters here a little better in the second quarter as Santonio Wade, another hard fall to the floor. Already the second time tonight he's been knocked down awkwardly. This time a little slower to get up.
You know, Wade, not the purest of shooters, has got that elbow they call the flying elbow. In essence, never thought he would make the shot, but the elbow led to the foul because the defense ran into it.
He's going to take a minute and walk it all the way back to the midcourt line.
Yeah, we'll milk this off. Saw it on TV
well.
this weekend.
Now here he comes back up to the line. And splashes home the first one.
Recovered nicely.
Still looks a little shaken up as he's kind of gripping that lower back.
They shot their free throw pretty good.
They did,
He should stay shaken, I guess.
As Wade's second one rattles home. He's got 6 points now in this one, 6 of the 11 for Woodford County. After a slow start. As now Woodford County going to deploy a little backcourt pressure once more. And nearly forces a turnover, but Bodie Stone able to track it down. Now in the corner, Croman, how does he end up that wide open? And he takes advantage again.
Once again, Woodford County got to locate the shooters.
That's 4 3-pointers now for Travis Croman, up to 14 points as Woodford County going to throw this one away. Not the start I was expecting for this one. But Simon Kenton, hats off to them. They came out ready to play.
Coach Brown, kind of laid back, kind of stoic. I never see him get too excited about things, whether up or down.
Yeah. Great way to describe him in his 5th season, by the way. 98 and 53 career mark for Woodford County. Haven't mentioned it yet, but Coach Steiner on the Simon Kenton side of things, second longest tenured coach in this 8th region, behind only South Oldham Steve Simpson, who's in his 24th year. Coach Steiner in his 21st year as Jay Bilton back to the bucket for his second score of the night.
Coach Steiner originally from Lawrence County, is about as far as you can go without being in West Virginia.
Got to meet him in the pregame here tonight. Seems like a standout fella.
Great guy, you know, instills discipline. At the same time, you would want your child to play for a coach like him.
Santonio Wade on the floor again for Woodford County, and the missed 3 fired up by Jonte Jenkins. Back comes Simon Kenton the other direction.
Well, we question how well Woodford shot it coming in. And one thing we haven't talked about, this is a big arena, bigger than most high school kids play in. And if you haven't played here before, one of the things will get you is the perception from the outside. Good shooters sometimes suffer the first time in this gym.
Yeah, I love coming here to the Roy, but I'm not a shooter out there on the floor, so I can't speak to what they see, but so far Woodford County has struggled to knock down shots here in the early going of this one. Simon Kenton, the exact opposite, just good ball movement as they get that one in for Bodie, but out of play last touch by Bodie.
Bodie missed one point blank. So Woodford dodges a bullet on that end of the floor. Back to 2-2-1 by the Nears.
Woodford County across the timeline with Santonio Wade. In the corner here for Jenkins. He'll float it up, and that was a beauty there. 4 points now for Jenkins here in this one. Woodford County this time going to back off the pressure a little bit. As it's Miles Brown in possession, hands it off for Polly. Now with Bilton, who tries to use his speed and get inside. And nice step through, lays it up and in.
Tell you what, Bilton is not long, but he's rangy and thin, and he was able to step through after he got his defensive man up in the air for the good inside move.
That was pretty impressive there as Bilton makes it a 26-13 ball game now as Simon Kenton has doubled up Woodford here in the early going.
You know, right now, Kenton doing this without their leading scorer, Coleman. That's in a break.
Coleman hasn't spent too much time off the floor. I think he played the entirety of that first quarter. And now he is back out there on the floor.
Yep.
As Stone forces the travel. Good job there defensively by Bodie Stone. And Simon Kenton's going to get it back.
Turnover number 5 by the Jackets here early, second quarter.
By the way, this is a Woodford County team on the season shooting 50% from the field, 36% from behind the arc. So we'll see if they can't get it going here as this one goes along as we're nearly halfway through this second quarter of play.
Well, we talked about tempo at the beginning of the game, and right now Simon has got the tempo they want. They've spread the offense, really an open post offense.
It's now Brown with it. Back in the hands of Bilton. Bilton shot fakes, gets inside, floats it up. Somehow that doesn't drop, but the offensive rebound now just got to clear it out, and they will. In the hands of Stone, and this time he rolls it up and in.
Well, that's that offensive rebound. Patience got him another bucket.
They've had a handful of offensive rebounds here in this first half. That's in part helped them build this 15-point lead, and now a forced miss on the other end. As Miles Brown quickly back the other direction. Gets it to Bodie Stone, now back to Brown. He tried to kick it out, and good recognition there defensively as that one's taken away, and we're going to get a blocking call as Nolan Asher drove that one to the hoop.
Tell you the truth, Justin, I thought Taylor had his spot.
I did too.
You know, and Asher a little out of control, but got saved on the call, so to speak.
Is there a harder call for officials than the block charge?
Well, every year they tinker with it. You know, it's
true.
like, how are we calling it this year?
As Wade gets it in for Starks, who gets it right back to Wade. He'll drive baseline and blocked away again as Croman comes away with it, but they are hounding him, and now a foul will be called.
Well, that's rebound number 15 for the Nears. And if you would have told me that earlier and said which team, I would have said undoubtedly Woodford. So right now, the Pioneers did a great job on the boards, both offensively and defensively.
And the rebounding numbers were pretty close coming into this one. Woodford County averaging a smidge under 30 a game. Simon Kenton closer to that 26 mark. So, yeah, pretty surprised to hear already at 15. That was a big emphasis tonight. As Croman slides this one over to Bilton. Bilton back to Croman, who's been really good here in this first half.
The thing I like about Croman, you know, he got good numbers, and you assume a person with good numbers maybe shoots the ball a lot. He's really under control, working for his teammates.
He takes a shot within the offense for sure. As Bilton back in possession here. Pioneers going to take their time as they get it now inside for Stone, who floats it up and can't get it to fall, but he does get the, they're going to call him for a foul. He did tip that back up and in.
I tell you what, Stone, nice individual post-up move, jump hook, missed it. Got to tip it on a rebound, but the inside officials said, well, you had a little advantage.
I'm pretty impressed with his game so far here in this first half.
Yeah, he's slight of build, so it's not like he's muscling his way through, but, you know, he's always on the go, very energetic.
Now Woodford County back in possession, trying to cut into this deficit before the halftime break. You do not want to go back to those locker rooms trailing by 15, whether you're coach or Coach Brown, or player or Coach Brown. As Antonio Wade going to hand this one off for Jenkins. Stand corrected, that was Joyner. Here's Joyner back in possession now. Back with Joyner wearing number 2.
Ball stuck on one side. It's easier for the defense. They don't have to move much.
Now a little communication defensively for Simon Kenton. And they leave the shooter wide open, but he can't knock it down.
Might be a reason.
And now Starks gets all the way to the bucket and finishes. First field goal of the game for Leighton Starks. Guy averaging just under 15 a game. As here comes Croman getting inside, and that's one he'll normally finish, but couldn't do so that time. Now three-pointer taken here, and also no good, but the offensive rebound by Asher. Over to the left, Santonio Wade trying to go over the top, and man, they're making life difficult on Leighton Starks down low as they take it away, and now a foul on the other end, but it's going to be offensively as Miles Brown gets called for the charge.
Brown a little bit out of control, and this is a couple times in a row uncharacteristic of Simon playing a little fast this last minute, both resulting in turnovers. They've gotten their lead, I think, by their patience. So let's see if they can, last 44 seconds of the half, kind of roll things back in. 2-2-1 on the half.
As Woodford County breaking it with ease as they get into the corner for Starks. Fortunate, Woodford not able to turn that one over, and all the way to the bucket for the finish is Amari Joyner. Now 28-17, so I said they got to get that deficit down. 11 seems a lot better than 15. And now it's going to be the turnover for Simon Kenton, so kind of playing loose here as coach.
Well, one of the things that Kenton's player did was he immediately, if it was maybe the other team's ball, he touched it to make sure they got it. You have to act as if it's yours. Pick it up. The worst thing they can call is lost ball. They did that anyway.
Yep.
And now they led to a bucket.
Yeah, good inbounds play there for Jonte Jenkins, who gets open. And now down to a 9-point deficit. As we'll see what Simon Kenton can do here as the
look for the high screen.
First half winding down. Croman loses it. They're going to have to get off a shot, and they will not. As that brings us to our halftime break here this evening. Woodford County trailing 28-19 as Simon Kenton utilized a great first half of action to take a nice lead to our halftime break. We'll step aside for a break here, come back on the other side. We'll break it all down for you, let you know how we got to where we are now. Stick with us, more 8th Region quarterfinal action coming right up on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name is Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community. Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by the Oldham County Health Department. Find out about their array of wellness programs and services by visiting oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people, strong community.
And right in the middle of our halftime break here, game number 1 of your 8th Region quarterfinals tonight here at Henry County. And it was a good first half for the Pioneers of Simon Kenton as they lead 28-19. Before we get into our first half stats, let's first take a look at tonight's scoreboard presented by Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. Pretty light slate on the scoreboard side of things, as there you get a couple of 7th Region semifinals on the girls' side of things. Manual defeating Assumption right now with 3 minutes left in that one. Got Central and Sacred Heart later. Bad night to be a Central player. Sacred Heart is a train rolling down the tracks, Coach.
Yeah, the thing about it is Central, one of the better teams in that region, but it just shows you the distance between the two.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at our first half stats, brought to you by Oldham Financial. They provide clarity for your financial future. Visit oldhamfinancial.com for more information. Coach, let's go ahead and start with the team statistics from the first half of play.
One of the things really sticks his head out is the fact that Simon Kenton not only out-rebounded the Yellow Jackets, but Simon Kenton with only 3 turnovers for the first half. And, you know, at any level of basketball, those are solid numbers. So that enabled them to get the lead and hang on to it. On the other hand, you know, I take a look. It was a long, slow start for Leighton Stark, the leading scorer for Woodford County. First got a couple buckets here with about a minute to go here in the half, and so they got to get more out of him. But most noticeably, they're getting out-rebounded 15-10 by a smaller Simon Kenton team.
Yeah, Simon Kenton, very good job rebounding the basketball in that first half of play. Let's now look at our individual scoring numbers from the first half. Woodford County had 4 guys find the scoring column, led by Santonio Wade and Jonte Jenkins. Both those guys had 6 points in the first half. 4 points for Amari Joyner and 3 points for Leighton Starks. For Simon Kenton, they had 5 guys find the scoring sheet. They were led by Travis Krollman. 14 first half points here tonight. 6 points for Jay Bilton, 4 points for Bodie Stone, and 2 points apiece for each Miles Brown and Jordan Bach. As there's a look at your halftime stats, we'll step aside for a break here. We'll come back on the other side, and we'll be ready for the second half of play. Stick with us. We've got more 8th Region quarterfinal action coming right up on Glycon.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
And second half action getting set to begin here from Henry County High School, the Roy Winchester Gymnasium. Justin Caleb back here alongside Gary Forrest as it's a 28-19 lead for Simon Kenton as we begin this second half of play. And Coach, if you're Coach Jerron Brown in that Woodford County locker room, how are you getting your team motivated to claw your way back in this one?
Well, the key is getting them to play a little faster defensively to see if they can get Simon Kenton to speed up. We saw it right at the end of the half, so if they can come out and speed them up a little bit, they might get the style of play they want.
As that was Stone down low, as they do get a stop to begin the second half. How about for Simon Kenton? How do they hang on to this one?
Well, you know, if you're Simon, handle the pressure and play the game the way you want to play it. You set tempo.
Nolan Asher on the bucket that last time down for Woodford County, and got a football score now at 28-21. As here's Jay Bilton with it. Bilton with 6 points in that first half. He was effective at times, as here is Krollman driving inside, stops and pops, and he gets one to drop.
Nice player. You know, his dad was at one time one of the leading scorers for Simon Kenton, so Junior is in hot pursuit of that record.
He's had a very good career thus far.
Very heady player. Just like that, he went baseline, that little bitty head fake, got the man in the air, created the easy shot.
Now Woodford County going to take their time here offensively.
They've changed to a 2-3 now on the half, so a different look. Simon Kenton given to him.
As Wade all the way down low, but can't finish. Leighton Starks on the rebound, gets it back to Wade, who finishes.
Well, extra rebounds usually lead to extra points.
Coach, when you've got a team like Simon Kenton switching up defensives constantly throughout a game, is that harder on the coach or players?
Oh, I think it's harder on the players because the game's all about tempo.
As Bodie Stone slams that one down.
Stone negating pressure by the dunk. He'll do it every time. 2-3, trap a little high there, but left the middle open.
And now Stone on the other end blocks that one away.
So Stone multi-personal right now. He's doing a little of everything, offense, defense.
That's what you've got to love to see if you're Coach Steiner. On that Pioneer sideline, as here is Stone with it.
Yeah, a little nonchalant with the ball then.
And lost it to Starks, who heads the other direction, gets it up and in.
Simon very solid with the ball the first half, but just a lazy job by Stone retrieving the ball. And
didn't value the basketball.
No.
As now Bilton down low, his shot no good. Quickly up. That's Joyner with it, who floats it up and in. Stand corrected, that was actually Jonte Jenkins. And Woodford County, a heck of a start here to this third quarter as they claw to within 5. We're going to get a full timeout taken here. We'll step aside for one as well. Come back and join us for more 8th Region quarterfinal action tonight on Glycod.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
Back here, Roy Winchester Gymnasium. Justin Kalen back alongside Gary Forrest as Woodford County has clawed their way back into this one, trailed by 9 at the break. They've got it down to 5, and we haven't even played 3 minutes here in this third quarter. How've they got it done, Coach?
Well, to tell you the truth, one of the things we mentioned to start the game was try to speed the game up, and Woodford has done just that by forcing some inopportune turnovers by Simon. Simon missing some little chippers that they made the first half, and Woodford's got back in it.
We'll see if they can keep it up or not as Simon Kenton breaks the pressure this time. And if I'm a Pioneer player, I'm getting it back in the hands of number 1, Travis Croman, who's been outstanding here in this one. Half of the Pioneer points. As Stone says, we don't need Croman, I'll just take it in myself. And he's now up to 8 points.
Change of defenses now, back to the 2-2-1.
Starks with a good look, he'll knock it down. And he's starting to find his shot as he's up to 7 points.
Free throw line extension, jump shot, and Starks nails it. I'm a little leery watching Brown handle the ball.
Here's Bilton driving inside, off for Stone, and he lays it up and in again.
Stone, clever around the basket, makes the defender make the first move.
If he keeps up in this third quarter, we're going to have to add Cold to his last name.
Big steal by Brown on the other end. First turnover for Woodford.
Quickly up for Stone, nearly loses his footing. Now the step through, and he gets another one to fall.
Well, when he stumbled, he actually created space between him and the defender.
You don't see that too often, and all of a sudden that Simon Kenton lead back up to 9.
I don't think he practiced it that way. 2-2-1 on the half. Watch the flasher from the opposite side. Somewhere in the elbow area.
Here's Santonio Wade in possession. Going to hand this one off for Amari Jointer.
Watch the flasher once again.
Driving inside with it is Jenkins, high off the glass. And he's now in double figures with 10 points here in this one. First Yellow Jacket player in the double figure mark.
Woodford trying to do a good job keeping the ball out of Bilton's hand as he's the primary ball handler.
Now here comes Brown driving baseline. Looked like he had an alley to get to the bucket had he wanted. Instead passed it out for Croman.
I think Brown's more of a passer, that extra man on defense. They've not done a good job getting the ball to Croman.
Now on top with Polly as he will try to hand it off to Croman. Good denial there as now Croman finally does get it. As he'll back up towards that Simon Kenton bench.
Croman burning a lot of energy.
And it's going to pay off as he gets the shot to fall. 18 points now for Croman. And Woodford County going to throw this one away. Bilton unable to track it down, but it'll be Pioneer basketball either way.
Bilton hesitated just a second. I think he realized if he would have gone on then, he might have gotten the steal at half and finished up with a layup. But in his behalf, if he's not sure, let it go. They'll get it side out of bounds.
Looks like Bodie Stone and Miles Brown heading to the sideline for Simon Kenton as Jordan Buck and Marty Taylor back out there. As here is Taylor with it.
Well, Stone slide a build, maybe giving him a minute or two rest.
Now here's Bilton driving baseline. Nobody waiting there for him, and he gets it up and in. He is quick. Speaking of quick, how about Jonte Jenkins getting inside the lane, leaves it off for Thurman Wade, and he's got his first points in this one. And it's a 42-33 ball game with 1:58 left in the quarter. 30-second timeout. We'll try to squeeze one in ourselves. Stick with us. More 8th Region quarterfinal action coming right up.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community. You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
Less than 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter of action. As it's Simon Kenton on top, 42-33. They led by 9 at the halftime break. As Woodford County comes out of the half and makes a run at it, got it down to 5, but just as quick as they did that, the Pioneers able to get it back up to 9, and they've got the basketball here.
I like the way they've moved ball handlers, given Bilton a little rest. And in doing so, it's forced Woodford to guard the ball handler with their post player.
Roman in possession now for the Pioneers.
4 is always going to be their out.
Here's Bilton back in possession and tried to thread the needle down low for Polly, but he steps on the inline.
I like the idea, just not a good pass.
Yep. That's exactly what I was going to say. Great idea, poor execution. As Polly will head to the sideline. As it looked like Bodie Stone coming back on the floor.
Well, he gassed him up. He gave him about a minute and a half rest. He gave him another minute here.
Crossing the timeline with it. Now taken away by Marty Taylor. He gets it up for Bilton. His shot blocked away, but they're going to rule that he was fouled by Santonio Wade.
Well, Wade not complaining. Body language showing him not too much, but looked almost like a good block from this angle.
I thought so as well. Two of the smallest players on the floor meeting at the rim that time.
And now Wade talking to the officials, so maybe just done a good job disguising the pleasure.
By the way, that was the first foul here in this third quarter.
It's been a fast quarter.
Yeah, very cleanly played as Bilton misses them both. But another offensive rebound as here's going to be a 3. And Croman Haven't seen him miss many of those tonight. This time he can't connect, though.
Well, it may be a situation. Croman hadn't seen the ball for a while.
Yeah.
Kind of felt it, as they would say.
As Miles Brown coming back out onto the floor as he'll take over for Jordan Bach.
Where you're going to get Bilton about a 2-minute rest here into the timeout, because he's really tired. They've really done a good job this third quarter working him. Simon, back to the 2-2-1. They've played it pretty solid for the most part of this game.
And they're going to roll it in here. Save all the time you can.
Well, you still got to have your count on. There you had a 5-second count.
As Wade in the corner now for Starks. That ball knocked loose. And all kinds of guys diving on the floor for it. And we're going to get a jump ball as it'll stay with Woodford County. I think 4 players hit the deck there. Love seeing that. We're going to get a towel thrown out onto the floor.
I don't think he's signaling we surrender, but I think Coach is pretty smart. His kids look a little winded. Hey, let's throw the towel out there and I can buy my guys a little bit of time.
Are you saying it was not a great throw on purpose?
Well, I'm just saying Coach Steiner been around this game a lot. There's a lot of ways to save a few seconds or buy a few seconds.
There's now ball being inbounded here. As it gets in for Santonio Wade. Try to utilize his speed. Step back jumper, no good, but Leighton Starks on the stick back. And he's now up to 9 points here in this one.
Ooh.
And another takeaway here as Wade's got it. He drives in, up and off the glass.
Well, here we go, into the quarter blue. Simon had them the first half.
It's almost a carbon copy of what we saw at the end of the second quarter for Woodford County. As they were trailing by 15, got it down to 9 before the break. As a possession.
Watch your hurry. Watch your hurry.
Offensive rebound now. Quick outlet up the floor for Thurman Wade, and he'll have a chance at the free throw stripe to get this deficit even lower.
Well, once again, last 2 possessions, Simon's in a little bit of a hurry, going against numbers, and he's going to have to go with some of the guys he was trying to buy some time and bring them back in.
It looks like Bilton set to come back on the floor.
For sure. You got to have a solid ball handler.
Especially for one final possession in this quarter. Thurman Wade stepping to the free throw stripe, a 6'2 freshman for Woodford County. And he connects on the first. It's Jordan Bach coming back onto the floor for Simon Kenton as well, alongside Jay Bilton.
9 seconds eternity. It's not the first shot, it's the second shot. If missed, you want to be careful with.
Now Wade bends at the knee and goes 1 for 2, and Woodford County going to get their own offensive rebound. Back out for Thurman Wade. His 3 pops out, but Leighton Starks on the stick back, gets it up and in, and that'll bring us to the end of our third quarter of play. Woodford battling back as they only trail by 2 as we head to the final frame. Stick with us for that, for your 8th region quarterfinal action tonight on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And don't blink now, but we've got a contest here in game number 1 of our 8th region quarterfinals tonight here at Henry County High School. Justin Kalin back alongside Gary Forrest. And Coach, it was a 21-14 quarter for Woodford. They outscored Simon Kenton by 7 in that third frame. Very impressive basketball by them.
Well, you know, between turnovers by Simon, hurried offense by Simon, and Woodford's done a great job, not on the first shot, but it's the second and third attempts and scoring off turnovers.
And what the team did on the floor is they gave some life to the Woodford County crowd here in attendance, as they are arguably making the most noise they have all contest long. And it will be Simon Kenton basketball to begin this 4th and final quarter. Couple things to clear up at the scorers table. Now we're set. Miles Brown on the inbounds. Gets it in for Jay Bilton. Bilton with
boom.
8 points here in this one.
A vicious screen out front.
That's the second one we've seen here in this game, and both guys have just popped right off of it.
Simon sets a staggered double screen, and Woodford's guys aren't talking. You get by the first screen, and then all of a sudden you're not expecting that second one.
Bodie Stone out there with Jay Bilton.
You got to play north-south. Right now, Simon almost to the point where they're playing east-west. Not really looking to score. Got to be careful. It's hard sometimes to get started again.
As Miles Brown driving baseline, nearly a minute through this 4th quarter.
Brown is not going to shoot. It's already been established. Nice back cut.
Yeah, back cut indeed by Stone, but he can't come up with it. And the ball lands out of bounds, and last touched by Simon Kenton.
Well, here's your thing, Justin. They spent a minute and 15 seconds with the ball between the free throw line and half court.
Yeah.
You know, and then when they did attack, not so good pass.
Got to play to win, right? Can't play to not lose.
Well, you send a mixed message to your kids.
As Antonio Wade picks it up. As Wade across the timeline now, holds up the play call. An entertaining game thus far, as it was all Simon Kenton in the first half for the most part. Woodford County battling back in the 3rd quarter, now trying to keep the momentum rolling here in the 4th, and they will, as Layden Starks throws it down.
Pretty good momentum setter right there. Kick it inside and dunk it.
We are all tied up. Hard to get a basket easier than that, as Jay Bilton going to draw the foul here. First one of this 4th quarter. You North Oldham fans off to our right rolling in. And if I'm Simon Kenton, you've got to find a way to get Travis Croman back involved, right?
Well, they're trying to get him on back cuts, swinging him from side to side. And there, a shot from the top of the key, missed everything.
Pauly clears the offensive rebound, and then he gets it taken away by Thurman Wade, who draws the foul, and Thurman Wade all pumped up. Woodford County now with a chance to take their first lead of the night, if I'm not mistaken. That's Omari Joyner, the freshman, with the basketball. Sends it over to Wade. And now Woodford County, we've seen them at times tonight be very patient offensively. This time looks like no exception. In the corner here for Jenkins, back on top for Joyner.
Well, if you're Simon Kenton, you can't fall for, I'm going to reach out and steal one. Woodford being very patient. And what you want to be careful of is a back cut, somebody getting behind the defense for an easy shot. Trying to post Starks up down on the block.
What are they waiting for in this situation?
Just for Simon to make a mistake.
Yeah, kind of like that as Thurman with a good look at three.
They've had the same shot the last 3 times.
And the offensive rebound and attacking the bucket was Omari Jointer, and he will head to the free throw stripe for a pair.
See, they got away. They took a bad shot, yet they get the offensive rebound and they end up getting fouled on the play.
So it'll be Joyner heading to the stripe. He shoots 71% there on the season. And he misses the first. So one more chance here at the line to try to give Woodford County the lead. And not going to have to call the lane violation because he makes the free throw. And
Here comes the pressure on made shots. See, this is where Woodford gets them back into play because they can do what they've tried to do most of the game. Ooh, they're going to get him for that push off of that weak hand in a minute.
Yeah, looked like an extension of that arm, no doubt about it, by Bilton, as he's able to shake off Santonio Wade at least momentarily. Now Joyner coming over to help as they're making life difficult on him, and that's going to bring us to a timeout with 4:23 left here in this ball game, as it's a 43-42 lead for Woodford County. 30-second timeout. We'll try to squeeze one as well. Stick with us. More 8th Region quarterfinal coming up on Glycott.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here at Roy Winchester Gymnasium on the campus of Henry County High School, where we have been treated to a fantastic Game 1, as it's a 43-42 lead for Woodford County, who has battled all the way back in this one. Justin Kalin back here alongside Gary Forrest. And just to let you know, this segment of tonight's game is brought to you by LaGrange Service Center, providing quality care in LaGrange since 1964. Now we'll see if Simon Kenton able to stop the bleeding. Has a good look at the bucket and another offensive rebound, and Stone finally clears it up. That's 10 second half points now for Bodie Stone. And Simon Kenton back on top. Santonio Wade in possession here for Woodford County. Under 4 to play here in this one.
Woodford not in any hurry, running the same set. They'll look for the open corner shot, but eventually the ball's going right there on the block.
And Layden Starks couldn't get the initial shot to fall, but he does clean up on the offensive rebound, and all of a sudden he's now up to 12 points here in this second half, 15 for the game. And Woodford County back on top, 45-44. Here's Miles Brown in possession. He'll give it up for Bilton.
Man, I mean, got an arm bar inside on Croman and finally got caught.
It looks like Omari Joyner also took a shot to the face on that play, as it is going to be a foul called against Joyner, his first one of the contest. Inbounding for Bilton, 45-44. Woodford on top. As Stone gonna hand this one off to Bilton.
Man, it's a scrum trying to get the ball to Croman.
Yeah, they're making life really tough on him.
On every swing of reversal of the ball, there are 2 guys checking him crossing the lane.
Stone now wants to hand it off to Croman. Now he'll get it into his hands. Now we'll see if Croman can create as he'll try to drive in on Wade. Progress stopped, has to kick it back out for Polly. Now on top for Jordan Bach. Back to Croman. And now he'll try to drive in and finally gets a shot to fall, as he's now up to 20 here in the contest. But quickly back, Leighton Starks, his shot no good. Battling for the rebound, and we're going to get a travel. And that's unfortunate for the Yellow Jackets, as it was Starks and Thurman Wade fighting over the rebound.
You know, you can't fight effort. Both guys on the same team. Unfortunately, the walk gets called.
So 46-45, Simon Kenton back on top. With the basketball here. The way that first half of play went, I never thought we would be in a situation we're in right now. Under 2 minutes to play. As box three, and he connects. That's a big three, it feels like.
Well, big three, and at the same time, it's your senior Croman, who a lot of people thought might take the shot, gets the ball to the open three-man.
Jordan Bach's the guy I brought up in the pregame tonight, over 50 threes made on the season. As Antonio Wade will try to answer. That one's off the mark as Stone clears the rebound. Now quickly up for Croman. Under 90 seconds left to play. As Croman will try to stay aggressive, gets in and draws the and one. And how about the emotion from Travis Croman, as he will go to the line with a chance to put his team up by 7.
And Croman sort of disappeared third quarter into the early fourth quarter, but he's come alive now when they need him the most. And the thing about it is, he's not a gun. He plays within the offense. Just the last time down, he gives it up for a three to his teammate. But I'm going to tell you what, win or lose, he's going to sleep well tonight.
Absolutely. And I love the aggressiveness on that drive as he misses the free throw, but taking it inside, trying to keep his team on top as Stone, yet another rebound. Quick outlet up for Jordan Bach, who will slow it down. And he gets it poked away, as we're going to get a foul called against Woodford County. Their fourth here in this fourth frame.
This is where you have to be careful with your young kids. You know, Woodford playing a lot of young kids, and frustration shows.
As it's a 51-45 ball game with 1:06 left. We are going to get a full timeout taken here. We'll step aside for one as well. Stick with us. Conclusion coming up of this 8th Region quarterfinal tonight on Glycon.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here at Roy Winchester Gymnasium, one of my favorite gyms to go to here in the state of Kentucky, because that means typically that it is playoff time, and that's what we've got for you here tonight. 8th Region quarterfinal, game number 1 with 1:06 left here in this fourth quarter. Justin Kalin back here alongside Gary Forrest as we'll wrap this one up and then get set for Gallatin County and North Oldham. Hopefully that game's as good as this one has been, as we are going to get another timeout taken here, this time by Coach Steiner, as his team really struggling to get the basketball in there.
Yeah, very much so. And, well, I think they were zeroed in on trying to get the ball to Coleman, and Woodford not having anything of that. So you'll have to go secondary, maybe even your third option.
Worth noting that Woodford County with 4 fouls up on that scoreboard. So, as you know by now, free throws after 5. So likely free throws the rest of the way for Simon Kenton. Is it as simple, Coach, as they just got to knock them down?
Well, it is, but, you know, a lot of other things have to happen first, you know.
Such as getting the ball in.
Getting it in, you know, getting that good shot, getting fouled.
As Bilton will trigger the inbounds here. Couple cross screens set up as Stone receives the inbounds pass, and he is going to be fouled, so heading to the free throw stripe regardless, as that was a shooting foul.
Well, like Stone, he stepped up big here the second half. He's tall, slight a bit, slender, if you might, but at the same time, he's got his hands on a lot of balls.
Brody Stone putting his name in the hat for our most outstanding player in this one, as he's now up to 15 points here in this ball game.
I'd say he's close to double figures in rebounds as well.
Yeah, I would say so.
Good looking stroke.
Yeah. Now 12 second half points for him, 16 in the contest.
If you're Woodford, you got to be smart. You got to finish. If you're Simon Kenton, 2 buckets will seal it.
Once Antonio Wade missing the 3 there. And they're going to quickly get it up the floor. Jay Bilton in possession, and they keep getting the ball away before Woodford County able to foul. They're trying to foul, and now it's called as Jordan Bach will head to the free throw stripe to try to salt this one away for the Pioneers.
That's one of those they're going, foul him. It's like, Coach, we're trying.
Can't help it if the officials don't call it, right? As Bach's first one long off the back iron.
Bach with a big 3 a couple of minutes ago, and yet he's struggling on the closer ones.
I like to say he's too close, as he does convert on the second one. 6 points now for him, and Woodford County's got to start putting some points in a hurry. As Wade over to Thurman Wade. His 3 no good, but Thurman with the rebound goes back to the bucket and draws the foul.
Well, once again, don't slap down. Just have a hand up there to change the illusion. But if you slap down late in the game, officials are aware of the closeness, and a lot of times that ends up being a foul.
As Wade, the freshman, 3 points here in this second half. Trying to add on to that here. Just has 3 points in the contest, so he's been big here in this second half, as we're going to have another, looks like, perspiration spot on the floor that we'll have to take care of. A mop on the sidelines of high school basketball.
Very fortunate right now. They've not even turned the big helicopter blades on. Been in here, and we're going to see this over the next couple of nights. So they've got to turn those fans on. The humidity will get so much.
I wondered why it had cooled down.
It's pleasant.
They were running during our pregame, but they cut them off. As Thurman Wade, one more opportunity here at the stripe, and another lane violation here, but they're not going to call it as Wade knocks them both down, and we're going to get another timeout taken here, this time by Coach Brown, and Coach Steiner coming all the way out. He wanted the lane violation.
Coach Steiner said, it wasn't my man first, it was the other, but they're not buying.
This will be a full timeout. Let's go ahead and step aside for one ourselves. 54-47. Simon Kenton looking to close this one out. Stick with us. We've got the conclusion coming right up here from Henry County.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here, Roy Winchester Gymnasium, 54-47, as this back and forth fourth quarter has been a lot of fun. Woodford County had punched this Simon Kenton team a couple of times, but Simon Kenton comes back with a haymaker of their own and now well in control of this game, as it's Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest. And it looks like Simon Kenton going to advance to the semifinals.
Simon with the old double men out of bounds on the entry. Did a good job there. But one of the things they need to be careful of is they killed the dribble and turn the ball. And Coach Steiner's telling his guys right now, don't turn your back on the ball.
It'll be Jay Bilton heading to the free throw stripe. He's 77% on the season.
Well, we got a foul out, so Woodford's going to milk the clock, try to ice the shooter. Coach Steiner having none of that. He's calling them all over. Talk to them a little bit, see what they're having for dinner tomorrow, things of that sort. Just take their minds off what's going on. Bilton the shooter.
Thurman Wade, the guy fouling out for Woodford County as he's replaced by Leighton Starks. And Bilton converts on the first one.
Good-looking rotation by Bilton.
And goes 1 of 2. Bilton now with 9 points here in this one as Woodford County looking for that last-ditch effort, and there's a good start as Santonio Wade with the finish and the harm.
Well, I thought that Simon's big man, Stone, did a good job of hands up, but not really trying to block the ball, which would, even if he makes the 2, it's a lot better than the 3, but in the last second of temptation, he just had to reach for it.
As Wade does knock down the free throw, as that makes it a 55-50 ball game. And lead down to 5 once more with 17.6 seconds left now here in this one. As we're going to get another timeout. This one is a full one as well, so we'll sneak one in also. Stick with us. 8th Region quarterfinal action. More coming right up here on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
55-50. Simon Kenton on top by 5. As we've got 17.6 seconds left here in this one. Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest. And, Coach, this one has gotten a little tight. Woodford County made a couple shots.
It's what they should be.
Yep.
I mean, somebody is not going to play for the rest of the season.
That's unfortunate.
So, both teams not wanting to be in that position.
As now Simon Kenton trying to get the ball in bounds, and they will for Braden Polly, who gets it right back to Jordan Bach, and he'll walk the other direction for the free throws.
Well, I think, they either want the ball in Polly's hands or in Cron's hands. Even though their point guard, Bilton, has showed a good-looking stroke, he's always 1 for 2.
See if Jordan Bach can do any better. He's 74% on the season and misses the first.
Okay, 15.6. What you don't want to give up is a straight line drive. You want to force at least 1 or 2 passes before the shot goes.
As Bach does knock down the second one, he's now 2 of 4
but
on the night.
No straight line drives.
And here comes Woodford County. Santonio Wade is 3 good.
Boy, I've seen this before.
That was a big-time shot as it gets Woodford County back to within 3. 56-53, 8.9 seconds left. And we are going to get another full timeout taken here. We will keep it here through this timeout as it's down to a 3-point margin. And if you're Simon Kenton, you've got to start being more efficient at the free throw line.
Well, you got to get the ball in. And secondly, Woodford just giving the big signal. No timeouts left for them. So what you can't do if you're Simon, you can't take a 5 count, and you can't run over a guy.
Just a reminder, following this one, stick with us as we'll bring you some post-game coverage, as well as turn our attention to the second game of the evening, as as it is going to be Gallatin County taking on one of the juggernauts here in this 8th region, North Oldham. North Oldham, coach, has had a fantastic season at 25-5. Coach Levitch has those guys playing really well.
Well, the big good thing about him, a lot of people aren't aware of, he's rebuilt this team from losing a 5-year point guard starter to 2 6'8" guys no longer with him. There it goes.
And they do indeed get it in bounds for Croman, so the exact situation you called for. That's the guy you want firing up the free ones. As he'll head to the stripe to try to add on to this 3-point Simon Kenton lead. And hats off to this Woodford County team. Looks like they may come up a little short here in this one, but they have fought back and actually led this game led them twice in this 4th quarter.
Okay, with no timeouts on the clock, even if Woodford scores, on the score, you take your time getting the ball in if you're Simon.
And Croman knocks them both down. 10 points now in this second half, following 14 first half points. Now Wade fires up the deep 3, comes off short, down to a second. That shot's not going to matter, as that'll bring us to the conclusion of game number 1. Simon Kenton gets it done. 58-53, the final score here in this one, as that was an exciting way to start out the evening. We'll step aside for a break here, come back from the other side and break it all down for you as we get set for the second game of action. Stick with us. More 8th region quarterfinal action coming right up on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And back here at Roy Winchester Gymnasium, as we have wrapped up our coverage of Game 1, or wrapped up the game portion of our coverage for Game 1, as it was Simon Kenton getting it done 58-53 over Woodford County, as they will now advance to the semifinals and take on the winner of this contest, set to get underway in just under 20 minutes. Gallatin County and North Oldham will set to do battle. But, Coach, we've got some housekeeping to clean up on that first game. A great performance tonight from start to finish for Simon Kenton, but you've got to tip your hat to Woodford County, who made that one really interesting.
Well, Woodford had a couple opportunities in the first quarter just to say, it's been a great year, and kind of let down, but they fought back. And then we saw two different occasions in the third and fourth quarter, down about 8 or 9, they come roaring back. So hats off to them. They never said die.
Yeah, no doubt about it, as it was a 19-9 lead for Simon Kenton after the first quarter. They extended that up 28-19 at the halftime break, but then Woodford County battled back as Simon Kenton led just 42-40 after the third quarter in a final score of 58-53. We've got to bring you some final statistics, a look at tonight's final stats presented by Oldham Financial, providing clarity for your financial future. Coach, let's go ahead and take a look at our finals team statistics. Anything stick out for you there?
Well, the one thing that stuck out we thought would probably be in Woodford's favor was rebounds, and Simon able to hold on to a 22-21 rebound edge at the end.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff there, as Simon Kenton very good on the boards here in this ball game, as I'm tallying up the final scoring numbers for this one. First for Woodford County, they were led by Santonio Wade, who ends up with 16 points in that contest, 15 for Leighton Starks, 10 for Jonte Jenkins, 5 points for each Thurman Wade and Omari Joyner, and 2 points for Nolan Asher in that one. A fantastic game for Travis Crowman on the other side of things for Simon Kenton, as he finishes with 24. Jay Bilton finishes with 9 points, 2 points for Miles Brown, and you've got 7 points for Jordan Bach. And the final score for Simon Kenton in that ball game was Bodie Stone with 16. As we'll step aside for a break here, come back, we'll quickly give you your most outstanding players from this one, and then turn our attention to game number 2 this evening from Roy Winchester Gymnasium right here on Glycott.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now, and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here, Henry County High School, as we are wrapping up coverage of game number 1. But first, we've got to bring you some most outstanding players. Tonight's most outstanding players are presented by State Farm Insurance agent Leslie Gilly. For a quote on home, auto, or life insurance, contact Leslie at 502-384-6184. First for the victorious Simon Kenton Pioneers, we have decided to go with Travis Krollman, 24 points in this ball game, 14 of those coming in the first half as he got Simon Kenton off to a hot start. And for Woodford County, it was a tough decision, but we ultimately decided to go with Santonio Wade, a flurry of buckets late in that contest that kept Woodford County close. As the final score, one final time, Simon Kenton gets it done, 58-53. We'll go ahead and step aside for a break here, come back on the other side, and we'll start to take a look at the North Oldham Mustangs getting set to do battle with the Gallatin County Wildcats. Stick with us, more coming right up on Glycod.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
Where's Super Guy?
What? No. When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here inside Henry County High School, Roy Winchester Gymnasium, as that is the site of tonight's 8th Region quarterfinal action. Game number 1 has wrapped up as now we turn our attention to our second contest, as it is the 20-12 Gallatin County Wildcats set to do battle with the 25-5 North Oldham Mustangs. Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest, and we've got to bring you some keys to the game for this one. Tonight's keys to the game are presented by Traditional Bank, because who you bank with matters. Coach, let's go ahead and start first for the Gallatin County Wildcats. A couple things they need to key on here tonight.
Well, the big thing Gallatin's going to have to do is weather the storm. You know, they're a small school. They're not here a lot. They've done a lot to get here. They're a very competitive team, but they're moving up in poundage weight, if you will. North Oldham, a very physical team, as you're going to see. You know, I think maybe their greatest attribute is their weight strength coach, because they have really worked hard, and it'll show itself tonight. So if you're Gallatin County, you've got to handle the physical pressure. You know, strength on the boards, body checking, things, everything legal, but it's almost like you're playing against guys a couple years older than you.
Yeah,
the awe of being here. North's been here the last 3 or 4 years. Even though they've retooled, it's a comfort setting. So as a result, you have to get over those things, and you have to play at the pace that you want, not what North Oldham creates.
Yeah, North Oldham, 4th straight 8th Region tournament appearance. How about for the Mustangs of North Oldham? What are a couple things they need to key on here tonight?
Well, they want to be able to apply pressure. You know, one shot and out will be their motto. They're a very good shooting team. They don't have great size. I once told somebody they start 5 guards. And even though their kids maybe aren't 6'5", 6'6", they play a lot bigger and stronger than they are.
Yeah, this is a talented North Oldham team, no doubt about it, as evidenced by that 25-5 record. As there you see, they are a top 10 ranked team in the state. So got their hands full tonight, do the Wildcats of Gallatin County, as there are your keys to the game. Just a reminder, this broadcast is authorized by Henry County High School and the 8th Region, with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back on the other side with your starting lineups for game number 2 of the 8th Region quarterfinals tonight, right here on Glycod.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Blind Select, not just blinds. Blind Select, not just blinds.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product is based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here at Roy Winchester Gymnasium, Henry County High School, as we are just about set for the second of two quarterfinals here in the 8th region tonight. Justin Kalin back with a dancing Gary Forrest, feeling the band music here tonight, and we've got to bring you the starters for this contest. First for Gallatin County, it's going to be Eli Newman, a 6'4 senior, Matt Griffin, a 5'11 junior, Kellen Dossett, a 6-foot junior, Andrew Brinker, a 6'2 junior, Kason Baker, a 5'11 senior. Coach, three of those guys scoring in double digits, led by Matt Griffin with 18.8 points per game.
Very much so. For a small school, they like to get it out and go, and there are nights they can put up some good numbers. But I'll see you one. I've seen South have each of their 5 starters have 20 points or more in a game.
Wow.
You don't see many high school teams that have the depth and ability to put those points out there.
No, you don't, as this Gallatin County team is led by Vance Sullivan in his 3rd season at the helm for North Oldham. Their starters, by the way, starting lineups tonight are brought to you by Thompson Heating and Cooling. Contact Thompson at 502-703-0244 for their 100% satisfaction guarantee. Thompson Heating and Cooling. Now for North Oldham starters, pretty standard operating procedure that we've seen all season long. Grant Neal, a 6'3 senior, Brooks Cargold, a 6-foot junior, Ryan Howard, a 6'3 senior, Ryan Sanders, a 6'3 junior, and Jack Fisher, a 6'2 senior. Of course, led by Grant Neal with 21.3 points per game. It's a very good North Oldham starting lineup.
Well, they're very good. As we said earlier, they play bigger than they are. They're very well coached. You know, I can't say enough for the coaching staff and what they've done for this team. Because a lot of people, after you lose a lot of seniors, have a lot of success, you'll hit a year or two where you're having to rebuild. They just recycled.
Yeah, absolutely. David Levitch is their leader, 6th year at the helm for Coach Levitch. 104 wins, 68 losses, and was given the 2024 8th Region Boys Coach of the Year. We'll step aside for our final pregame break here, come back on the other side, and we'll get the opening tip-off. Stick with us. More 8th Region quarterfinal action coming right up on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
Glycod's coverage of the 8th Region Basketball Tournament starts now. Tonight's game is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Oldham County Health Department, healthy people, strong community. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Oldham County Solid Waste Management, featuring Waste Wizard. And by LaGrange Service Center, Mortensen Family Dental, Thompson Heating and Cooling, and Financial Solutions Incorporated. Now, courtside for all the action from Glycod.
And back here now at Henry County High School as we are set to begin this second of 2 quarterfinals tonight in the 8th region, as it is the Wildcats of Gallatin County taking on the North Oldham Mustangs, as the Wildcats in their black uniforms, North Oldham in their white uniforms. One change to the starting lineup. It will not be Ryan Sanders getting the starting nod. It'll actually be Jacoby McRoberts, a 6'1 sophomore. Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest, as hoping we get a great second game just like we got in the first matchup here tonight. As Gallatin County automatically going to go to the bucket, and Andrew Brinker, the 6'2 junior, gets it home.
Brinker, what size Gallatin has, use those shoulders to go right and score.
Now here's McRoberts creating a little space down low, misses, but the offensive rebound pulled down by Ryan Howard. Now Grant Neal all the way up and in.
Well, Neal, you're going to find out, makes the game look easy at times. He's a very solid player. His sister went on to play at Miami of Ohio. So a basketball-oriented family.
All-time leading girls basketball player at North Oldham, if I'm not mistaken, as the rebound poked away, as the Wildcats will get another possession here.
You stole my next byline.
I knew what was coming.
There
We
you
worked
go.
together enough. By the way, Grant Neal was also on that 2024 All-8th Region team. And this is a very good shooting North Oldham team. They've got 3 or 4 guys that shoot over 40% from beyond the arc. Grant Neal being one of those guys right at 40%, is right on cue. He fires it up and gets it to fall.
Nice segue.
As that's 5 quick points for Grant Neal. Brooks Cargold, another one of those really good shooters. He's at 43% on the year from deep. And Ryan Howard at 45%.
Well, what you don't want to do if you're Gallatin is be enamored a little bit by your opponents, and that's too early turnovers, and they can't do that and try to stay in the game.
That's what we talked about in the pregame. You got to get by that pressure. As nearly a takeaway here, as wanted a turnover there. Did Gallatin County. Instead, going to drop it down low. Grant Neal, another bucket.
Well, that's your teammates looking for you as well. I mean, they did a great job. Howard caught the ball, caught him on a back cut. He knew exactly where his teammate was going. The worst of possible starts for Gallatin County.
Trailing 7-2 here in the early going, as they're going to take this one to the bucket. That shot missed by Dossett. Team's second leading scorer, just over 15 a game. As Jack Fisher slides it over to McRoberts, now on top for Grant Neal, and he'll be called for the travel.
Well, things have come too easy. You got to throw a walk in there, I suppose.
As, by the way, Jack Fisher, another one of the starters for North Oldham, he too a member of the All-8th Region team this season.
Well, if you look at Fisher, he looks more like a quarterback than he does anything, and that's his role with this team. Great set of shoulders. You can't let him get in the paint because he's going to score there.
Yeah, he's one of those guys the last 3 or 4 seasons I've really enjoyed getting to watch. Just the way he is now with this team versus when I first got to see him play, he does know his role, know where he needs to be on the floor, and it's the same with his teammates.
He's a coach on the floor. He stayed hurt a lot his last 2 years, but it's the way he plays. It's all out.
Speaking of all out,
guess who?
Couple bodies on the ground as that one's poked away. Now McRoberts wide open from three. He can't get it, but Fisher trying to get the offensive rebound. Now he does and lays it in.
Well, you never want to save one under your opponent's basket, and unfortunately Gallatin paid for that.
And that makes it a 9-2 ball game now as we're going to get a timeout taken here. A 30-second timeout. We'll try to squeeze one in as well. Stick with us. More coming up on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
You're watching the 8th Region.
And back now at Henry County High School. 8th Region quarterfinal action here this evening as Simon Kenton got it done in game one. 58-53 over Woodford County, and a fantastic start for North Oldham here in this one as they're up by 7. And Grant Neal will now make it 9 as he's got 9 points here himself.
Well, once again, another turnover leads to a North Oldham easy basket.
That's one thing this North Oldham team, I've gotten the chance to watch them a number of times this season. They will take advantage of opponent mistakes better than almost any team I've seen all season long.
Well, the big thing, too, is when they take advantage of a mistake, they don't just bring it down, they bring it down and convert off of mistakes.
Gallatin County set to trigger the inbounds here. The blue numbers on the front of those black jerseys, a little tough to read. And on the back, they're outlined in white, so it makes it a little easier. As now McRoberts trying to come away with a steal, lands on the basketball, and somehow able to get it off for Ryan Howard. Quickly up comes Fisher. He'll attack the bucket and gets it to fall. And we are going to get another timeout taken here. 13-2, fantastic start for North Oldham here in this one, and this will be a full timeout taken by the Wildcats. We'll step aside and take one with them. Stick with us, more 8th Region quarterfinal action coming right up on Glycod.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
Back once more at Henry County High School inside the Roy Winchester Gymnasium. Justin Galen alongside Gary Forrest. And Coach, it's been a fantastic start for North Oldham here in this one as they've got 9 points from Grant Neal, another 4 from Jack Fisher.
Very much so, and it's been that pressure we talked about. They're physically strong, and they've shown it.
As it will be Gallatin County basketball coming out of the timeout. They've had to burn 2 quick ones here to start this game, and how about that, a 3-pointer knocked in as Andrew Brinker gets his 5th point.
Well, something that Gallatin really needed maybe to settle them down a little bit.
Always helps when you see a few shots fall through. As here is Grant Neal, thought about the step back shot, instead gives it off for McRoberts. He goes over to Fisher, who now drives baseline. Great hesitation, and he's going to draw the foul. Jack Fisher now will walk to the free throw stripe. On the season, 75% from the line. as he knocks in the first one. Great bounce pass there from the official as Fisher gets them both. So only 2 players have scored so far for North Oldham, but they've combined for 15. And the Mustangs in control here early going in this first quarter. We've got just about 3 minutes left in the quarter. Gallatin County trying to get something rolling. Here's a three-pointer on top of the key. And that was Brinker again firing that one up. This time no good as Neal brings it across. Now Neal spins inside the lane, looking to get it off for Cargold. He'll fire the three and got it.
Cargold made 5 threes in this regional game the other night. Just another one of those pick your poison.
Cargold started the season coming off the bench for this North Oldham team, but about halfway through, he had showed Coach Levitch enough in practice to put him in the games, and he's been starting ever since then.
I think at one time he was primarily the guy they thought, well, he's an offensive player, but he had to prove that he could also play defense and was a team player, and apparently he did it quite well.
Now Grant Neal on the other end gets another shot to fall. Have yourself a first quarter. Grant Neal, 11 points. Spinning inside the lane, good move there, but Matt Griffin unable to get that one to fall.
Well, and North was smart enough not to take the bait and foul on the lead-in layup.
Jack Fisher leads this one out. Cargold fires again. This time no good. McRoberts battling for the rebound, but he can't come up with it. As he gets back to his feet now, Griffin firing the three, and Neal with another rebound, who gets it right up to McRoberts, who still hadn't made it down the floor.
Yeah, that's kind of being rewarded for not coming down the floor, but everything happened so fast. McRoberts was the beneficiary of a great timely pass.
Now 22-5, North Oldham all over Gallatin County here in the early going of this one, but the Wildcats with a pair of free throws upcoming. I believe that's Ian Wilson, the 5'9 junior, stepping to the stripe. And it is. As the North Oldham band off to our right, trying to distract him. Doesn't work on the first one as he calmly knocks it in. Grace Schmidl coming onto the floor for North Oldham. Schmidl was a 2023 Oldham All-Glycod selection at wide receiver for football, as it's just one of 2 at the stripe here for Ian Wilson.
Schmidl, one of those football guys that knows his basketball role.
Yeah. He's had a good season as here comes Neal. Trying to drive baseline, kicks it out for McRoberts, who loses it.
McRoberts trying to take off before he got there, and there's Schmidl's speed.
Actually was Gus Soule.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
6-foot sophomore.
So already 8 into the bench for North.
Gus Soule, my apologies there. Back to the line goes Ian Wilson. And leaves the front one short. Another opportunity here to try to slice into this 16-point deficit. And he cannot, as we're going to get a foul down low on the rebound. Good call there as McRoberts was shoved in the back. Two team fouls now on each of these squads. As Neal crossing the timeline, hands it off to McRoberts. Now back with Neal. And Neal high off the glass, didn't quite have the angle that time. And back come the Wildcats. They're going to try to speed things up here, get it inside, and they will, as laying it up and in. That looked like Ian Wilson that time, and it was. So now 3 points for Ian Wilson as we're down under 30 seconds. Grant Neal a little out of control here, but he's fouled on his pursuit to the bucket. – 22-8, a dominant first quarter for North Oldham. And Neal's first one up and in. Would you say North Oldham the slight favorite here in this region, Coach?
I think so. You know, might have drawn into the tougher of the two brackets, but I think it's theirs until someone else takes it.
As Grand Neal knocks down both free throws, 13 first quarter points for the North Oldham senior. As we're under 15 to play, and another foul going to be called here. So the beginning of the quarter was played rather quickly, but it slowed down here in the final couple of minutes here of the first quarter.
Well, what you're finding Gallatin do, it's human nature for them. You know, if they're going to turn the ball over out front, they're going to eventually just drop their head, drive it to the basket. And they've had some success here at the end of the quarter doing so.
As it's Matt Griffin recording his first point of this ball game. He, too, a member of the 2024 All-8th Region team. And goes 1 of 2.
Well, you can't swap out 2 for 1.
Now Neal with 5 seconds. As he'll get it moving over to Cargold. He looks back up at the scoreboard, gets all the way in, and lays it up and in. And what an end to the first quarter as North Oldham on top 26-9 after our initial 8 minutes of play. We'll step aside for a break here, come back on the other side with the second quarter of action here from our 8th Region quarterfinal game number 2 tonight on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
Back once more here at Roy Winchester Gymnasium. A fantastic start to this ball game for North Oldham as they lead 26-9 after the first quarter of play. Justin Kalin back here alongside Gary Forrest, and Coach, very efficient for North Oldham in that first quarter.
I would add one word: methodically efficient.
Yeah, there you go.
And, you know, for a high school team, when you said that, if you're familiar with the region, you would probably say North Oldham.
And now they will start this second quarter with the basketball as well.
Trying to match up a little 1-3-1, but boy, you got to be careful on skip passes and wide open threes. Boom.
And there was one there. Couldn't be knocked in by Ryan Howard, but Fisher on the rebound, and his attempt no good. Gallatin County now coming back their side of things. Really struggled to get anything going in that first quarter. Andrew Brinker was their leading scorer at 5. As now all the way to the bucket, there goes Andrew Brinker with the first points of this second quarter.
Note, if you will, almost all of Gallatin's scores are on dribble drive.
Yeah, they're attacking the bucket almost on every possession. As Gus Soul sends it to his right for Jack Fisher. Fisher will go back to Soul. Soul, one of those guys, doesn't really play a lot for this North Oldham team.
Well, it's dictated who you've got in there, and you know, you want to look for Calgold.
Now Soul once more will get it back to Fisher. In the corner for Cargold, that's who you were calling for. And he'll cross-court pass. Great passing here. Schmidl's three, got it.
When your football guy comes in and buries one, that's not good for the opponent. Like I say, Schmidl's one of those guys, he doesn't hurt you.
He does shoot 40% from 3 on the season as the block here by Cargold, and he comes down with it and is promptly fouled. Schmidl will trigger the inbounds. Grant Neal back on the floor. He got a rest for the first minute and a half of this second quarter, and he'll replace Brooks Cargold. Fisher will bring it across the timeline for the Mustangs. Looking to his left. Now he'll pass it over for Grant Neal. Neal trying to get it back to Fisher. Now he does. Fisher uses the screen from Ryan Howard inside. Now back out for Soul. He kicks it Schmidl again, and this time he can't convert as it goes off the top of the backboard. Good look, though.
Well, the way they've shot it tonight, it wouldn't have surprised me if that one bounced off and it came right back down and in.
That's one of those that stings as a player. You know it's out of bounds, but you still make it.
Dribble drive, going in the basket.
Schmidl going to pick up the foul here. Ian Wilson once more aggressive to the hoop, and he'll go back to the stripe. He's already fired up 4 free throws here in this one.
North's kids haven't figured out that Wilson's only way to the basket is on the dribble.
He is just 1 of 4 from the stripe so far, however, as he'll look to better that here and cannot on the first one.
Well, maybe that's part of the game plan, just foul him and then he missed the free throws.
On the season, Wilson 71% as he's now 1 of 6 in this ball game. So well below his season average as North Oldham with a chance here to add on to their lead. 18 points here in this first half, and now an offensive foul. I didn't see who they got with that one, but they're going the other way with it. Going against Gus Soul. Kobe McRoberts back on the floor now for North Oldham. As in possession with it is Ian Wilson. Now into the corner here. Wilson driving inside again. That's actually Brinker who turns around in the lane, fires it up, and a good-looking finish there for him.
Been a while for Gallatin. Good to see that one drop for him.
Brinker now with 4 points here to begin this second quarter. He's got 9 for the game as Fisher gets that one poked loose. And a great effort there by Gallatin County, but unable to keep that one alive. That was the 6'2 junior Andrew Brinker getting on the deck. As Brooks Cargold makes his way back in there, Jack Fisher will head to the North Oldham sideline. He's trying to get that one into the corner. Now going to block his man from getting back to that basketball. Gray Schmidl. That'll be Cargold triggering the inbounds. And for Howard. Howard leaves it off for Neal. Neal trying to beat his man off the dribble. Floats it up. Somehow that one comes out. Roberts hitting the deck, but quickly back up to his feet. Now here's Griffin trying to get it out. Good look at 3 here and knocks it home as Kellen Dossett gets his first points of the evening. Coach Levis just dropping his head after allowing that last 3. Now Neal kicks it out. McRoberts a clean look, and he leaves it short as Griffin clears the rebound for the Wildcats. (29-16) as the takeaway here by Schmidl. Schmidl on the step through, but he can't finish. 3-pointer here. And back and forth we go. The pace is picked up here in the middle portion of this second quarter. Ryan Howard going to utilize a screen from Neal. He'll step into a 3 and's got his first points of the evening. And we are going to get another timeout taken here. 32-16, North Oldham on top. 30-second timeout. We'll try to squeeze one in ourselves. Stick with us. More basketball coming right up on Glide Cup.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
Eighth Region quarterfinal action here tonight from Henry County High School inside the Roy Winchester Gymnasium. Has a fantastic start for North Oldham in this ball game, 32-16. They are on top. Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest. As Gallatin County looking for some offense, and they're going to get it as Kellen Dossett has knocked down back-to-back threes for them. Now Neal on top for Cargold. He slides it for Fisher. Fisher, a screen from Ryan Howard, backs up a little bit here. Now Fisher driving inside, and we're going to get some contact. As that's going to be the second team foul called against the Wildcats here in this second quarter. Schmidl will trigger the inbound, gets it into Grant Neal, whose three's no good. And Cargold, how about that, going up high to snag that offensive board. And he's fouled after coming back down on the floor for the third Gallatin County foul. As inside, much easier look for Grant Neal, and that time he converts. First points of the second quarter after 13 in that first frame. Lead back up to 15 here. Dossett nearly loses possession, gets it over for Matt Griffin. Griffin over to his left for Brinker, back now with Griffin. And he'll drive in, kicks it into the corner. Three-pointer here comes off, and battling for the rebound. How about that for Cargold? Actually, Grace Schmidl cleared that one. Now Fisher near the timeline, and he's going to get fouled, number 4. And with 2 minutes, 7 seconds left here in this first half of play, free throws the rest of the way for North Oldham on every Gallatin County foul. Neal wide open to the bucket, and he lays it up and in again. How about this start for Grant Neal? 36-19, not just Grant Neal, North Oldham in general. Clicking on all cylinders here in this one thus far as Brinker drives inside. His attempt no good, rebounded by Howard. Now Schmidl with a wide open lane to the hoop, and nobody picks him up as he advanced it down the floor. And he's got 5 points now, and we are going to get another timeout taken here, a full timeout, so we'll step aside for one as well. Stick with us. More 8th Region quarterfinal action coming right up on Glycod.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
One. And back here, Henry County, Roy Winchester Gymnasium, where it's been all North Oldham to start this one, 38-19. They are on top, and we had a group of Owen County fans sitting in front of us taking this one in. A number of them heading for the exits. They've seen enough here in this one, Coach.
Going to beat that rush hour traffic on 71.
It's always rush hour traffic on 71, isn't it?
Yep.
As Gallatin County across the timeline in the corner for the three here. That one misses, and North Oldham loses the rebound opportunity out of play. Minute 25 left here in this first half of play. As Brinker trying to bully his way down low. And they're going to roll he traveled.
Yep. Good call.
A frustrating night for a Gallatin County so far. As Fisher crossing the timeline with it, now off with Grant Neal. His step back too, and yet another shot that looked like it was going to fall through and just pops out. Now that's Matt Griffin with it. He's been held to just 1 point here in this one, averaging nearly 19 a contest. Able to get it off to his right for Kaysen Baker, now in the hands of Kellen Dossett. Dossett with Ian Wilson. Wilson back to Dossett. And good dig there by Schmidl.
Going up.
Wilson inside, back out to Brinker. And Brinker's shot no good, and Gray Schmidl with yet another rebound. On top for Fisher. Just over 20 seconds left here in the quarter as Fisher goes to the bucket, and that's going to be called a charge. Great call there as the Gallatin County defender, Matt Griffin, had himself set up in perfect positioning that time.
Well, it's tough to get a kid when you're trailing close to 20 points to set up and take a charge, but hats off to the Gallatin player who did the right thing.
Now quickly they get it across the timeline. Dossett will fire another three, and he connects again. 3 threes now for Kellen Dossett, all of them coming here in this second quarter. As Cargold will try to answer, and he will. 8 points now for Brooks Cargold, and that'll end the first half of play. 41-22, North Oldham on top. A fantastic start to this ball game for them here tonight. We'll step aside for a break, come back on the other side, and we'll bring you some first half statistics from this one. Stick with us. We've got more 8th Region quarterfinal action coming right up on Glycod.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community. Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by the Oldham County Health Department. Find out about their array of wellness programs and services by visiting oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people, strong community.
And back here at Henry County High School as we are smack dab in the middle of our halftime break in game number 2, as it's been all Oldham County here in this one. 41-22 they lead at our halftime break. Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest. And before we get to our first half stats, let's take a look at tonight's scoreboard presented by Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. A brief scoreboard here tonight, as there you see Manual gets it done over Assumption in the girls' 7th region semifinals. Sacred Heart all over Central at the end of the third. Nobody surprised by that score, but let's go ahead and break into our first half stats from this one, brought to you by Oldham Financial. They provide clarity for your financial future. Visit oldhamfinancial.com for more information. Coach, let's first start with the team statistics from that first half.
Well, you know, everybody understands that North Oldham shoots the ball, scores a lot of points well and stuff, and they're well on their way to it tonight. The thing you look about is impressive defense. They forced 9 turnovers. They have only committed 2 turnovers on the half themselves. Wow. They've got 18 rebounds to 6 for Gallatin County.
Wow.
So just the numbers don't lie in this case. It's just been a totally impressive first half. And to show how impressive, we think unofficially Gallatin has used 4 timeouts in this first half trying to stem the tide.
Yeah, they've had to do everything they could in that first half, but unfortunately they trail by 19 as we head to the break. There's a look at your team statistics. Now let's look at our individual scoring numbers for Gallatin County. 4 guys finding the scoring column. They were led by Kellen Dossett with 3 threes in that first half. Andrew Brinker also with 9 points to match Kellen Dossett. 3 points for Ian Wilson and 1 point for Matt Griffin, the leading scorer for the Wildcats, who's got to get it cooking in that second half if they want to try to battle back. For North Oldham, they had 6 guys find the scoring column. None bigger, though, than Grant Neal, who had 17 first half points. He came into this game with his hair on fire, ready to play. 8 points for Brooks Cargold, 6 points for Jack Fisher, 5 points for Gray Schmidl, 3 points for Ryan Howard, and 2 points for Jacoby McRoberts in that first half of play. As there is a look at your first half stats, we'll step aside for a break here. We'll come back on the other side and bring you the second half of action. Stick with us. We've got more 8th region quarterfinal action coming up here from Henry County.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here, Henry County, as we get set to begin the second half of play. But before we do that, big shout out Tim Bryan, our on-site producer tonight, doing a great job keeping us up and running. Graphics, everything looking good by Mr. Bryan. Joe O'Mullen on camera for us this evening as well. Both those guys doing a fantastic job here tonight. Justin Kalen back alongside Gary Forrest as it's a 41-22 lead for North Oldham as we get set to begin this third quarter. And, Coach, let's take a look at the things for both teams. If you're Gallatin County, what are you trying to do coming out of this halftime?
You've got to go back to your game plan. Try to play smart. Can't get it all back at once.
That was a good-looking shot there as McRoberts clears the rebound. How about for North Oldham?
North, you have to press yourself to continue to play as good as you can and be unselfish as a team as you've been all year, which has led to your success. There's a great example there.
I was about to say, right on cue. Great segue as the lob up for Grant Neal, who finishes it. And I'll tell you what, this place emptied out during halftime.
Well, there won't be a tie-up at the one light in town.
Never is when we leave here. As a foul down low. Like Ryan Howard picking up the foul that time as Ian Wilson going to go back to the free throw stripe where he really struggled in the first half, went just 1 of 6. See if he can improve on that here. On the season, a really good free throw shooter as he calmly knocks in the first one.
Well, I tell you what, too, something we haven't mentioned, hard place to shoot in this big gym, particularly that end zone that they're shooting at. And maybe that's the answer for Mr. Wilson.
Yeah. Is that just because it's so long and
it's
just
deeper.
open back
You
there?
don't have a solid backstop, so peripheral vision comes into play.
Yeah. Not the case on this end of the floor as we've got the stage just off the end line. As inside now for Ryan Howard. He'll leave it off for Grant Neal and somehow finesses that one up and in.
Well, if they haven't figured, Neal will go right and use that loop-de-loop little scoop shot, and he just wears by it. There he is on defense.
Yeah, taking the ball away, gets it up for Cargold, who will lob it up to Neal and takes a hard fall, but they rule he got fouled.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I saw Neal in the district finals on that same type of play. They threw it about a foot higher than that. He went up, caught it with both hands, and flushed it.
Oh, wow.
So, he's a lot more athletic than people give him credit.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what his teammate was setting him up for then.
As he calmly knocks down the first free throw here. North Oldham continuing to try to extend that lead as Grant Neal gets them both up and in. 6 quick points here in this third quarter, starting out this third quarter much like the first. 13 first quarter points. Gallatin County trying to find some effective offense here, as this was always going to be a tough game for them. Coming in at 20-12 as McRoberts now wanted the jam and he can't convert.
That's what you have to be careful of right now. Things get away a little bit and then somebody gets hurt.
Yeah. Can't have that moving forward. The three-pointer fired up here, a little flat as McRoberts battling for the rebound, but he gets it taken away by Andrew Brinker. And now we're going to get a stoppage of play. That ball rolling back in onto the floor. 47-26. Under 6 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Grant Neal in possession. Stops, turns around at the elbow. And that's not a shot you see him miss very often as he leaves that one short.
Well, that would have been a foul the first half. I think a lot of times the officials look at the clock and say,
Now they're ready to get out of here, too.
Got a long drive back to E-Town. They're coming out of the 5th region or further.
Kellen Dossett with a good finish on the other end for Gallatin County. And he's now in double figures. First one in double figures. I stand corrected. Brinker also in double figures with 11. As McRoberts nearly loses possession there, but keeps the dribble alive. Now spins in the lane, and he gets that one up and in. Now 4 points for McRoberts. Tell you what, the energy has gone way down in this building.
It's gotten quiet. You can hear the ball bounce. Never a good sign.
You can hear the shoes squeaking. We couldn't hear any of that in the first half.
It's like a Saturday morning game.
As now Dossett. Good point brought up by Tim. Our North Oldham band is also gone.
Band break.
Hitting up that hospitality room, if I had to guess.
They won't let them in there. It's too costly.
Couple substitutions for each team here. As Matt Griffin tracking that one down in the backcourt. Grant Neal heading to that Oldham County, or North Oldham rather, sideline. As a drive to the bucket, can't finish here. As McRoberts quickly across the timeline, he's going to keep that dribble alive, kicks it out. Schmidl's three, and a great look for Schmidl, but he couldn't knock that one in. Now a three-pointer fired here. And Gallatin County really struggling to find the range. As that one was missed by Dossett. He has been the one positive for them from beyond the arc. As Cargold trying to clear out some space. Now gives it to McRoberts. He'll slide it over for Schmidl. Cross court to Fisher, and that one's short. Quickly up Dossett. Spinning in the lane is Brinker. Back out for Dossett. Now out on top, Griffin. Inside for Brinker. And he'll get that one poked away. How about those hands by Schmidl? As a quick outlet pass up for Ryan Howard, who saves it in bounds. But Gallatin County going to come away with it.
Man, they're really letting them play. Bodies are rolling. No whistles.
And now another missed shot on the other end. There could have been a foul called there, too. As Cargold give it back to Schmittel. He'll try again. This time better luck as he converts. Gray Schmittel now up to 8 points here in this one. Good ball game when you're getting that type of production from him, a guy who only averages 5.5 a contest.
Well, we mentioned, one of our keys is they got 5 starters that can average 20, and you got guys coming off the bench can have a double figures.
Yeah.
They're just that solid of a team.
And they've got a lot of depth, too. That's the thing about this North Oldham team. And a lot of teams, Gary, you know this, a lot of teams will have that depth, but it's not productive depth when you get towards the end of the bench. With this North Oldham team, every guy that comes out here is productive.
Well, it's a mature depth, and they go about doing what they're supposed to. A lot of times you'll have youth, and when you put those in, it's like everything's a green light. And I admire watching them because they take care of one another.
First free throw by Andrew Brinker misses. As he awaits for the substitutions, now set for the second one. And he got it. Brinker now with 12 points. Him and Kellen Dawson have really been the only bright spots for Gallatin County here tonight. As Gus Soul back on the floor for North Oldham. Alongside Grant Neal, Brooks Cargold, Gray Schmittel, and Austin Sears, a 5'8" 8th grader out there for the Mustangs. As Schmittel will fire another three. This time misses, but Neal on the rebound and his stick back no good. Not sure how he misses that one.
I've seen Neal miss more easy shots tonight than I have all year. It's just one of those things.
Now here is Neal again. He'll try. Can't hit the last one, Coach, but then he lays that one in and draws the foul. That one was much more difficult than the last one.
Well, maybe he needed that foul to get it in.
As he'll head to the stripe to try to advance this North Oldham lead up even further. As they currently lead by 25. Been a very dominating performance for the Mustangs.
And the group in front of us, the Owen County bus is now leaving the station. Group of coaches from Owen County have come down, and I think they've decided to call it a night.
Looks like the Owen County football coaches.
Actually, those are all well-fed basketball coaches.
As here comes Neal off the rebound, quickly up for Cargold.
They love the hospitality room.
As Cargold,
nice
a beautiful
move.
Spin inside, lays it up and in.
Cargo wants to say, I can do more than just shoot threes. That's an excellent spin, dribble, pullback for a layup.
He's up to 10 points now in this game. Joining the team, a couple of his teammates in double figures.
Another turnover, and back.
Yeah, they keep it alive as the three-pointer here comes well short.
It's like hot potato.
As driving it inside here is Griffin, and he gets it up and in. And that is the first field goal of the evening for Matt Griffin, the leading scorer for this Gallatin County team. And we're going to get a timeout, 30-second timeout. We'll try to squeeze one in ourselves. Stick with us. More 8th Region quarterfinal action coming right up.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here, Henry County, a little Sweet Caroline during that timeout, getting what's left of this crowd a little jacked up, as it's been all North Oldham here in this one, 56-31. Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest, and Grant Neal, who has had a fantastic evening, keeps it up as he's got his 11th point here in this third quarter. Gives him 28 for the ball game. Grant Neal has had a very effective night here in this one as David Bradley, a 6'5 freshman, coming onto the floor. He'll take over for Brooks Cargold.
Okay, one of those first of the young ones to come in tonight. Actually, second.
Second, yep. We've also got Austin Sears, a 5'8 eighth grader, on the floor for North Oldham. As Griffin trying to get this one out for Dossett, completes the pass as we're down under 30 seconds left in the quarter. That three-pointer misses, but the offensive rebound and stick back for Ian Wilson. Wilson now with 7. We're down to 10 seconds. Sears cross-court pass. Soul fires the three and can't convert. Batted around, rebounded, and the stick back also no good. And that'll bring us to the end of our third quarter of play. North Oldham 59, Gallatin County 33. We've got one final quarter upcoming here from Henry County High School, your 8th region quarterfinal, right here on Glycod.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
Back here at Henry County, 8th Region quarterfinal action on tap this evening. It's been a fun night as Simon Kenton got it done over Woodford County in our first contest, 58-53, the final score in that one. This one not so close as Oldham County, North Oldham rather, all over Gallatin County, 59-33. Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest for the fourth and final frame. Anything you could take away from this game if you're North Oldham in this final quarter?
No, you got some time for your kids to work out on this floor. And you got away with a win without anybody getting hurt.
Yeah.
Those are your 2 pluses.
They do have a number of younger guys on the floor now as Austin Sears is out there. He's an 8th grader. David Bradley is a freshman out on the floor as well, as they're joined out there by Jack Fisher, Gus Soul, and Grace Schmidl. Like your coach Levitch, Grant Neal's night done?
Yes. You want a couple of older kids out there with your younger ones where they're not overbearing. But you also want to rotate those kids out.
That's Grace Schmidl and Jack Fisher as the 2 older guys, as Brinker with a good finish down low earns an and 1 opportunity.
Years ago, I saw an all-state player in the fourth quarter. His team was up 22 in here. People would argue, should he have been in the game or not? A few minutes left to go. The coach had sent a player to the check-in for him, and he fell and broke his arm.
Oh, man.
And that was in the semis. They got upset in the finals, and everybody used to tell that story, you know.
Hate to see that.
When in doubt, get them out.
It's good philosophy. I like it. As Soul brings it across the timeline here. Tries to hand it off to Grace Schmidl. That was a little interesting there, and now we're going to get an over and back.
Good call.
As Austin Sears had to track that one down, but had his right foot on the other side of the line. Dossett gets it into the hands of Wilson.
Missed a double, but nobody's going to call that one. Down 20.
Alton County taking their time offensively here.
I don't think that's the plan, but they're stuck.
And North Oldham, top 2 guys of that 2-3 zone tonight has been really good. As now Dossett, cross-court pass, gets it right back, and he'll fire it up and connect. Kellen Dossett, a good-looking shooter for this Gallatin County team. He's got 14 points here in this one. As Fisher trapped in the backcourt, he's going to have to get it over in a hurry, and Sears is able to do so. Gets it in the corner for Schmidl. Now back on top with Sears. He'll float this one up and in. How about that from the young fella?
Looked like he knew what he was doing.
Always impressed when you've got 8th graders on varsity rosters, and then when they get in the game and can do things like that. Helps you see why this North Oldham program has been so good the last several years, as Dossett knocks down another 3, his 5th of this ball game.
Well, people tend to forget they had a point guard last year that started for 5 straight years.
Very, very good player, as we're going to get a 10-second violation. Coach Levitch still standing up on that North Oldham sideline, coaching the heck out of his team as they lead by 20. About 5.5 minutes left here in this one.
See, some people won't realize this is the harder part of the game to coach, because you've got young guys in there. They're going all over the place. He's tried to keep an older guy. That's Fisher's job in there right now, is to help his younger teammates stay as a team.
He's actually got Grant Neal back out there as well.
Oh, interesting.
Including Ryan Howard also. As here is Howard with it. Gets it into the corner for Fisher. And got it. Really impressed with this North Oldham team tonight, as they came in ready to play. And we're going to get a traveling violation here on the other end for the Wildcats. Speaking of the Wildcats, Kentucky Wildcats just underway. Coach, I know you're happy about that. Something to listen to on the way home tonight.
It breaks the boredom up.
I don't know if I agree with boredom. The roads coming out here to Henry County are fantastic.
Well, you better keep your eyes open going home, because lots of critters. They're the ones that do the damage.
There's another turnover here by North Oldham. They haven't done that too many times tonight, as they have really taken great control of the basketball. They've shot it well. They've rebounded it well. Not a whole lot you can look at in this one and think that they haven't done well. As Dossett trying to put the moves on Austin Sears, as that one's going to land out of bounds and goes back to North Oldham. By the way, this segment of tonight's game is brought to you by LaGrange Service Center, providing quality car care in LaGrange since 1964. As Grant Neal keeps the scoring going, he's got another 2. Now up to 30.
Let's see if Neal comes out.
I think he's got to at this point, as there is a Mustang heading to the scorer's table. Now a couple of them waiting there.
Nice block by the big young one from North.
It's going to be Eli Green, a 5'8".
There you go.
Senior coming in. And the other substitution, a 6'3" junior, Taylor Searcy. As Jack Fisher and Grant Neal come out of the game for the Mustangs, so their night likely done here as we're halfway through this 4th quarter of play. Corner 3 here. No good. Ball batted around.
Going to see a lot of that here in the next 3 minutes.
I was getting ready to ask you, are we about to see some sloppy basketball?
Yes.
But it gives these kids an opportunity to get into a meaningful game. Playoffs can help them grow for the future.
They've worked hard in practice all year or they wouldn't be here. So, you want to give them a little sniff of what it's like.
So Ian Wilson going to draw some contact against Austin Sears here. 14th foul going against North Oldham, so free throws the rest of the way for Gallatin County, but they trail by 25. Driving inside with it, losing it out of play, as that was Kaysen Baker. Lost that one off of his knee. By the way, Kaysen Baker scoreless in this ball game, a guy who was averaging nearly 9 points a game coming in. And he's going to come out of the ball game. Matt Griffin back out onto the floor. As Ryan Howard, the lone North Oldham starter, still on the floor. As here he is in possession, kicks it into the corner. Three-pointer here for Eli Green, can't convert. And the Wildcats clear another rebound. All over but the final score here in this one. As Matt Griffin going to draw the foul. Couple free throw opportunities upcoming for him.
Really been a hard night for Griffin.
Yeah.
You know, leading scorer. He's just struggled tonight.
He has 3 points in this ball game. That's unbelievable.
Well, Griffin is primarily an outside shooter, and North's done a good job. If they're going to take anything away, they took his shots away, forced him to put it on the floor.
Does get the second of 2 free throws, so he's now got 4 points here in this one. As Eli Green coming across the timeline, Ryan Howard's 3. Rare miss from him from beyond the arc. And quickly up, Brinker dishes it off and lays it up and in.
Yeah, I'm looking for a sub for Howard here, so that'll take the last of the major players out.
Now Sears draws the foul. Just the second team foul on Gallatin County, however. And now the Wildcats going to make a couple substitutions as well, as we've got under 3 minutes to play in this one. 22-point ball game. Make sure to stick with us following the conclusion of this ball game, as that last foul against number 30, Ronaldo Zapote. And he is fouled out of this ball game as North Oldham back in possession here. Austin Sears has it on top. He'll fire it and got it.
Just like he said it was supposed to be.
As I was saying, we'll go through a complete postgame here following this one. Get you all caught up on the happenings as another 3 going to be knocked in. This time, Kellen Dossett again. 6-3 he's knocked in here in this one as he's putting his name in the hat for our most outstanding player. As a foul down low as David Bradley attacking the hoop. I feel like we're down to the point in this stadium tonight, Coach. We're down to friends and family at this point.
Well, the great thing is if we were blocked by any people in front of us, we aren't now.
As Bradley, the freshman, will head to the stripe, knocks in the first one. I bet this kid's going to have a heck of a career. 6'5", only a freshman. And both of them are good. Good looking stroke there from the freshman. As now another young guy coming on. Well, not too young. He's junior, Declan Blandford. A 6'2" junior making his way onto the floor. As the deep 3 here, no good. Rebounded by Blandford.
Now the scary thing is, guys, I think I might have coached his dad at Oldham. I'm not sure. It's been a few years, but I saw that name the other day, and I said, I think that's one of our former players up at Oldham who ended up, when the school split, went to South Oldham, and now if it's his son, they've run the triple. They've gone to all 3 schools.
Coach, you act surprised. We all know you're old.
Yeah.
It's fine. You've coached your fair share of guys in the day.
I know I'm old. That's the problem.
As a stoppage of play here, not sure what they're looking at.
A lot of times you'll have a number.
Number, it's not on the roster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Or one comes in before he's waved in. They're a little excited. I'm getting in. And
so you get a technical for that?
Yes.
Well, 3 points here for North Oldham. As Taylor Searcy knocks them both down. Looking down at this North Oldham scoring sheet, almost everybody who's gotten in the game has gotten into the scoring column.
Yeah, and over years, their roles will increase in their minds.
Now Cersei on the three, just knocked in the free throws
Yeah.
moments ago, but that comes up short. And we've got under 2 minutes to play here in this one as that ball lost and picked up by Cersei. Quick outlet up for Sears, who gets it up and in. How about Austin Sears coming in off the bench, 7 points?
The young one says, hey, I belong. I want
Yeah.
some more minutes, Coach.
He's proven himself here in this second half. As nearly a takeaway here, and it will be a takeaway as Eli Green tracks it down, stops his progress in the lane, and he gets it
I
up
tell
and
you
in.
what, nobody more happy for those kids than their parents. That's my son. Yep.
And he was scoreless up until that moment, so get his name on the scoring
Whoa.
column, and now a foul down low as that North Oldham lead is ballooned up to 30. It's going to be number 15, Kason Baker, heading to the stripe, looking for his first points of this one, and he'll get them.
I tell you, the hardest working kids in the gym right now are the ones selling the leftover sandwiches.
So I was getting ready to point out a couple of youngsters off to our right. They've got a cardboard sign selling all the leftover sandwiches from the concession stands. As the shot here misses. And we've got under a minute to play here in this one. Been over for quite some time. You could argue after that first quarter, this game was over as North Oldham held a 26-9 lead after one. But Gallatin County has continued to fight in this ball game, and there's a perfect example as it's Eli Newman, the 6'4 senior, up and in with a chance at a three-point play.
Yeah, and Eli looks like a senior. You know, he's cut well. He's a big, strong kid. Got a rebound, had three of the young Mustangs hanging all over him and still went in for a three-point play.
As Newman does indeed convert it. First points of the ball game for him. And we are down to 35 seconds left now. As Eli Green into the corner, three-pointer here, taken no good. Cersei on the offensive rebound and stick back also can't convert. And now Connor Browning gets it inside. And he can't hit as Cersei clears the rebound. And we're down to 10 seconds left in this one. And North Oldham is just going to hold it in the corner as they will advance to the 8th Region quarterfinal game. And they will get set to take on Simon Kenton as the Pioneers victorious in our first game. North Oldham gets it done here in game number 2 by a final score of 77-52. We'll step aside for a break here, come back on the other side and bring you some post-game coverage. Stick with us. We've got more 8th Region quarterfinal coverage coming right up on Glycon.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And back here at Henry County High School, the Roy Winchester Gymnasium, where we have wrapped up our coverage this evening. A couple of ball games here tonight from Henry County. A 58-53 win for Simon Kenton in Game 1 over Woodford County. And then it was all North Oldham in this second contest, 77-52. They get it done. Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest. And, Coach, that second game, pretty much everything we thought it would be, correct?
Very much so. You know, a lot of people feel like North may be the prohibitive favorite to win this region, and they showed no reasons to doubt that tonight. Coach Levitz played, you know, all of his kids all the way through, and that gives them a little bit of break, and they'll be challenged next up with Simon Kenton, and look forward to, after tomorrow night's games, of having that solid semifinal next Monday night.
Yeah, should be a good time here at Henry County. Always is when we're here, as Oldham County gets it done 77-52. Before we slide away for a break, let's take a look at tonight's scoreboard presented by Kinzer and Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. A little bit of an abbreviated schedule here tonight as Manual gets it done over Assumption in the girls' 7th region semifinals. Sacred Heart cruises to yet another win, and that'll set up a Manual Sacred Heart Championship for the 7th region on Saturday at 5:30. We'll step aside for a break here, come back on the other side, and we'll come bring you your final statistics from this one. We've still got our most valuable player or most outstanding player coming up as well, so stick with us for all that. You've been watching your 8th region quarterfinal coverage tonight here from Henry County on Glycod.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilley in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here, Roy Winchester Gymnasium, where we have wrapped up our 8th Region quarterfinal action on the floor this evening. Justin Kalen back alongside Gary Forrest, and we've got to bring you some final numbers from this one. A look at tonight's final stats presented by Oldham Financial, providing clarity for your financial future. Coach, let's first start with the team statistics. Anything there stick out for you?
Nothing that you probably wouldn't have already figured out. Sometimes you just have games that are overmatched, and it ended the way most people felt like it probably would. North just too much for a Gallatin County team who didn't quit. You know, they played hard all the way to the finish. You can always say that about the Wildcats, but they just were overmatched tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As we look at our individual scoring from this one, first for Gallatin County, they were led by Kellen Dossett, 20 points for him in this one, knocked in 6 threes throughout the duration of this game. 14 points for Andrew Brinker, 7 points for Ian Wilson, 4 points for Matt Griffin, who is the leading scorer for Gallatin County this season, so hats off to North Oldham, limiting his production. 3 points for Eli Newman and 2 points for each Kason Baker and Connor Browning for North Oldham. A lot more guys in the scoring column for them, but none more important than Grant Neal, who chipped in 30 points here in this one tonight. Brooks Cargold with 10 points, 9 points for Jack Fisher, 8 points for Gray Schmidl, 7 for Austin Sears, the 8th grader who came off the bench and played very well in the contest. Jacoby McRoberts ends with 4, 3 points for Ryan Howard, and 2 points for both Eli Green and Declan Blandford. I stand corrected, Taylor Searcy, not Declan Blandford, as that's a look at your individual scoring. We'll step aside for one final break here, come back on the other side. We've got to bring you your most outstanding players from this one, as well as take a look ahead to the upcoming schedule on Glycod. So stick with us for that. One final segment upcoming here from Henry County High School.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product is based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
And back here at Henry County High School one final time this evening as we have wrapped up the action on the floor for your 8th Region quarterfinals tonight, as it was Simon Kenton getting it done 58-53 over Woodford County in our first contest, and then North Oldham able to get it done 77-52 in the second of two games here tonight, as we've got to bring you some most outstanding players. Tonight's most outstanding players are presented by State Farm Insurance agent Leslie Gilly. For a quote on home, auto, or life insurance, contact Leslie at 502-384-6184. Coach, let's start with the losing Gallatin County Wildcats. We decided to go with Kellen Dawson. He was very impressive here tonight.
Very much. Last time we checked on his stats, I think it was 5 or 6 made threes.
6 of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So great performance, no doubt about it. Did have a 2 sprinkled in there to go along with those 6 threes. How about for North Oldham? That decision a little more easy. Where are we going with our outstanding
player?
Well, it was.
Grant Neal from the beginning. I think he had 9 of the first 10 points. Really helped get the Mustangs off to a running start and ended up finishing with 30.
Yeah, 30 points total, 17 in that first half of play, as there's a look at your most outstanding players. Now we need to take a look at the upcoming schedule for Glycod, brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage, opening doors. There's a lot of action upcoming here on Glycod, as we will have coverage of the 6th Region semifinals tomorrow, as well as the 11th Region semifinals at Dunbar tomorrow at 6 and 8. Boys 8th Region quarterfinal games, game 3 and 4 back here at Henry County. Coach, you and I will be right back here tomorrow to watch 2 more, hopefully, good games.
I really think so, and as we go on, the crowds pick up and you lose your out, so everybody's playing with a little bit of anxiousness and anxiety.
Yeah, no doubt about it. More coverage upcoming on Glycod in the boys 7th Region semifinals at Valley. You've got girls 8th Region semifinals at Anderson County, and then boys 6th Region, as well as the 11th Region girls 6th, 7th, 8th, and 11th Region championships also coming up on Glycod. As that's pretty much going to wrap it up here for us from Henry County. Before we get out of here, certainly want to thank Steve Bird, executive producer of Glycod, getting us all of the game notes to be able to bring you this all the information to be able to bring you this contest. Our on-site producer Tim Bryan as well, couldn't do it without him. Joe O'Mullen on camera this evening, and Gary Forrest, nice to be back with you here this evening. Looking forward to tomorrow. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, just like to remind people, if you can't come to the game, the next best thing is check it out on Glycod.
Yeah, only place you can watch the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 11th regions are right here on Glycod. That's going to wrap it up here from the Roy. Alongside Gary Forrest, this is Justin Kalen saying so long and good night. You've been watching 8th Region quarterfinal action tonight right here on Glycod.
You've been watching the 8th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod. Tonight's game was brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Oldham County Health Department, healthy people, strong community. Kinser & Kinser, delivering clean, comfortable air. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Oldham County Solid Waste Management featuring Waste Wizard. And by LaGrange Service Center, Mortensen Family Dental, Thompson Heating and Cooling, and Financial Solutions Incorporated.
Visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.